and it is Muskie Football week 9 of the season. I had a brain fart there. I almost said week 8, but it is week 9, the final game for this season of 2021 football for the Muscatine Muskies. I'm Joel Kraushaar, along with my partner Ben Nietzel on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Fall break is upon us for the school year, but one last hurrah on this newly renovated stadium field at Muscatine Community Stadium. Ben, senior night here for Muskie Nation.
Yeah, Joel, it's great to be here tonight. Obviously, celebrate the seniors, not just the football seniors, but of course they bring out the band seniors, volleyball, cross country, cheerleading, flags, the whole 9 yards. Everybody gets introduced. Beginning of the end for these guys to be sort of the last thing they do, right? Very exciting. A lot of energy in the house tonight. Little bit chillier than it's been, but fantastic night for football.
We've got a frost warning tonight, which is I'm glad we're finally here. I'm ready for it, and I'm here for it. But what's not frosty cold was the finish to the sophomore game here just before, Ben. The Muskie sophomores, 22 points in the fourth quarter, winning in overtime for their first victory of the season. So they kind of set the tone and some momentum coming into this varsity showdown.
Yeah, great effort for those kids. Obviously, they're missing a few players that are up on the varsity level, down 14-0 going into the fourth quarter. Able to score 2 touchdowns, get a 2-point conversion in the last minute of the game to tie it, then take control in overtime for the big victory. Very exciting for those guys. They were very fired up and deservedly so.
Well, and you know from your time the head sophomore coach for many, many years here at Muscatine, there is something to be said for that momentum that can carry over from that game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the overtime was played down in the end zone where the Muskies are stretching and lining up. You could tell the varsity guys were into it. We're fired up for those kids to get their first victory of the year. And, yeah, it definitely sets a tone and gets that excitement going.
And tonight, this matchup between Davenport West and Muscatine, an Old Mississippi Athletic Conference matchup. The Falcons come in 1-7. The Muskies come in 0-8. We're going to take a short break, about a 60-second break. And we'll be back with more Muscatine Power and Water pregame show.
We are looking for a zero-turn lawnmower.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters.
Can I test drive that one?
In the store?
Even in the buying experience. We know you want to buy from someone who knows what they're talking
We're
about.
looking for a zero-turn mower.
Like
Great.
this guy.
First thing you need to know is what's the size of your property? Are there any obstacles?
Head to your local Hustler dealer and talk to a lawnmower expert.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best.
And welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium senior night as the Muscatine Muskies face off with Davenport West. And Ben Nietzel, my partner, 1-8, 1-7 Davenport West. They defeated Clinton 14-0 in week 1 and have rattled off 7 consecutive losses, including a 76-0 defeat last week at the hands of number 3 ranked Iowa City High. And the Muskies 0-8, tough schedule this year for the Muskies. 2 trips to Dubuque, Cedar Falls, one of the top teams in the state. Pleasant Valley, the only team that's defeated that City High team. Bettendorf, who defeated Cedar Falls. It's been a murderer's row of a schedule, and the Muskies looking to cap the year off on a positive note, which what appears to be a very winnable game for both of these teams. Both of these teams have to be looking at each other saying, this is one we have to get.
Yeah, I mean, this is they're going to look at that schedule, look at the previous opponents who they've both played, and say this is a pretty equal contest. Both are going to like their chances going in tonight, and for both programs, a real opportunity to finish on a high note. Obviously, some tough games this year for both programs, but here's an opportunity to come in, honor your seniors, get a chance to do some good things, and always leave with that real positive taste of a victory. Sets up your programs for next year for those juniors, those sophomores are having an opportunity to play, to taste success and kind of finish there. You remember that feeling here for a long time, win or lose, so you like to go out on a positive.
And that will lead us in to our Bear of Muscatine, Coach Kraushaar's keys of the game. And as we come into this game, what the Muskies want to do is ground the Falcons. The Falcons really try to challenge you through the air. Their quarterback, Brady Hansen, a junior, 66 for 132 yards, or 132 attempts with 692 yards and 3 touchdowns in the air, but he also they get down to the red zone and the quarterback run caps off for them. And then another thing for the Muskies is to win the field position. We'll win the field position ball game.
Well, that's always going to be critical, Joel.
Yeah, win the field position game. They have had challenges with special teams and turnovers the last few weeks. I know that's a real focus for today. And then finishing strong. It's the last game of the season. It's a cliche that you and I both as coaches have said, leave it all out there on the field. This really is. You have a very clear, finite end to your season. It's tonight. You just leave it out there tonight and try to finish as strong as you can.
Well, and I think that, that's one thing that we can say really positive about this group of Muskies this year is that tremendous effort all 4 quarters of every game. We've not, they've been in some tight games, early on, and they've been in some games that were not very close. And I've always been very, very impressed with the level of work, the hard work, the fact that guys are still going hard in the 4th quarter, still competing, still trying to make things happen. And so I expect them to finish strong. I expect them to take that challenge. And I think to your point, if you can get 4 quarters of hard work out of these guys, they're really set up tonight for some success, some well-deserved success, and that's what I'm hoping we see.
And we're hearing that we're healthier again. Landon Batty is expected to play, the junior who has started all but 2 games at the quarterback position this season. Both starts that he's missed due to being injured. And then Ty Kozad, the leading rusher for the Muskies, a sophomore, he missed last week's ball game. He is expected to play tonight. Now, how many snaps Ty has in him, how many carries I think remains to be seen. But they expect number 24 to be carrying the rock in purple and gold tonight. And then Paul Henry, their leading receiver, a junior, really has been a very positive aspect of this passing game. 23 catches for 154 yards. But Darnell Thompson has been proven to be a big play threat both in the running game and the passing game. And we'll be interested to see if Nolan Recker and Darnell Thompson continue some snaps at quarterback like they did last week for this Muskie team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, probably some of that depends on how well, Batty's feeling. I assume if he's feeling good, you won't see a lot of snaps unless they've got a very specific situation or plan with those guys. But it'll be interesting. There's one thing about adversity is it creates a lot of scenarios for you throughout the season to test some different things. So a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different weapons potentially in the playbook there for the coaches, and it's interesting to see what they pull out tonight and what they feel like might work for them.
Going back to 2008, the Muskies are 8-1 against the Davenport West Falcons. The last time West has won this game, October 9th of 2009. These 2 teams faced off last season, and Muscatine defeated Davenport West 31-0. But it's high school football. Rosters turn over, but it's definitely one that the Muskies are hoping to emerge victorious tonight, and we're going to just see what happens. As the band takes the field, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more Muskie football on the Muscatine Power and Water pregame show.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our Cut Quality Center. Let's take a closer look.
Our mowers provide superior
Laser precision cut quality
for a perfectly manicured lawn.
Let's break this down in science terms. This grass is cut good. This grass is cut not as good.
Hustler Turf. Mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
We are looking for a zero-turn lawnmower.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters.
Can I test drive that one?
In the store?
Even in the buying experience. We know you want to buy from someone who knows what they're talking
We're
about.
looking for a zero-turn mower.
Like
Great.
this guy.
First thing you need to know is what's the size of your property? Are there any obstacles?
Head to your local Hustler dealer and talk to a lawnmower expert.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020.
Welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium, just in time for our marching band to perform the national anthem. Band with the national anthem. This is the Muscatine Power and Water pregame show. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with my partner Ben Nietzel. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. And Ben, you look across the way, one of the best visiting crowds we've seen this year as the Falcon fans have made their way to the newly renovated Muscatine Community Stadium.
Yep, and that gives you a little bit of sense of their potential optimism for tonight, obviously turning out in good force. And really, I mean, for especially for a Davenport crowd, this is just massive. So, yeah, nice to have all them there. Good Muskie side looks good as well. Those porta potties will be busy tonight, Joel. A lot of people over there.
The passing attempts for these two teams on the season almost equal. 144 for West, 143 for the Muskies. If you look at some of the numbers, though, yards per completion, 10.5 yards per catch for the Falcons and just 7.8 for the Muskies. Completion percentages, though, both teams wanting to improve that statistic tonight. Not a high percentage passes being completed for these two teams. Passing touchdowns, 2 touchdowns for West and 4 for the Muskies. However, the Muskie quarterbacks have thrown 8 interceptions this year to just 5 for the West Falcons. And really on the ground, though, is where Muscatine hopes to use their advantage. 845 yards rushing as a team on the season, just 552 for West.
Well, and really, Joel, I mean, obviously we've called every game this year except for the one where we weren't allowed to come up there.
We were embargoed by the premier city of
suburb of PV. But what I found I'm shocked by that number of passing attempts. It felt like we've run the ball obviously a lot more. I'm surprised we put it in the air that much. I would not have guessed that we had that many attempts on the season. But certainly, you know, when you're throwing the ball, you want to get some. And I think the thing that we've seen in the last few weeks is a lot more rhythm passing, a lot more of those quick hitters, the slants. Just try to get the ball that's a shorter pass, timing pass, and get some confidence for batting tonight. And again, as we've talked about, when you're able to throw that ball a little bit, or at least threaten that throw, that's going to loosen up for your running game, which is where the Muskies really want to make hay, to your point.
And the other thing where Muskies have made hay, 12 takeaways defensively, 8 fumble recoveries, 4 interceptions. One of those interceptions returned for a touchdown. That was last week. Darnell Thompson, 98-yard interception return for a touchdown. And then the Muskie special teams, now some of this can be conflated based off of the opportunities in the kick return game, but we've seen it. They're averaging over 22 yards per return.
Absolutely. And, you know, to your earlier point, too, I think, you know, I kudos for not putting in your Kraushaar's keys, because you could talk about this every week, but you certainly want to win the turnover battle. I mean, that's
right.
that's just football 101. And so the Muskies have done a good job of getting some takeaways and being active on that, obviously averaging more than a turnover per game. And so that's going to be a big thing tonight. Can they get a key turnover for something either where West is maybe putting together a little bit of a drive, or maybe where they're pinned deep, you get that ball and now all of a sudden you flipped it to a short field. Those are the kind of things that make such a huge, huge difference in high school football. So I know the Muskies and, you know, Coach Hawkins' defense are going to be looking to be opportunistic tonight, look for that opportunity to get that ball back when they shouldn't have it and see if they can do something with it.
And that's another aspect of Landon Batty rejoining the Muskies tonight, coming off of injury. Not only the starting quarterback, but really been a very proficient punter for the Muskies as well. And it's a thing that they've missed the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the tough thing in high school is, you know, I think sometimes people sit in the stands and, oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? But you just have a finite amount of time to work with these guys, and there's only so many reps to go around. And so, you know, you've got 1 or 2 kids that are taking those punt reps, and that's about all the time you've got. You're taking 10 minutes or 15 minutes to do that, you know, 1 or 2 times a week. That's 10 or 15 minutes you're not doing the kicking game, that you're not working on 2-minute offense, that you're not working on your goal line defense, those kind of things. And so it's just hard to get a lot of reps for kids. And when you get a key injury like that, you know, guys have to step up, and I think they've tried to do that this year. But you put guys into positions to do things that they just don't have the reps that you would like to have for them to have the maximum chance to be successful.
And we're hoping to see some of that success tonight as the Muskies have just taken the field. This is your Muscatine Power and Water pregame show on Pearl City Media and the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We're going to be right here for you for the opening kickoff. Fan shots all season long have been brought to you by Arty's Ice Cream and Grill in Wilton. Thank you so much for supporting us this year. And hopefully we get lots of active fan shots with some explosive plays from the Muskies tonight. We are just 30 seconds away from the coin toss. Had to jumble the order a little bit tonight with it being senior night and changing some of the schedule around. And the senior captains taking the field for the Muskies in Nolan Raker, Connor Christensen, Brock Garrison, and Nietzel, the captains representing the Muskies tonight. And great to see Connor Christensen able to be out there. There was a good article this week. And Connor, who suffered a serious injury against Bettendorf earlier this season, actually had to have emergency surgery to help alleviate his injury. And thankfully, he's expected to recover. But it has been a challenge. But the Connor, a tremendous kid and tremendous leader on this team, one of the starting safeties and was a quarterback as well. But it's good to see him out there for the final coin toss of the season.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to coach Connor his sophomore year. Really enjoyed being around him. Like you said, good leader, really good kid. Unfortunate injury for him to knock him out of his senior season. It's just so tough, and sometimes the reality of high school football. And got to give a little shout out there, though, Joel, to Nathan Beatty, number 63. He's out there as a captain tonight, senior as well. So give Nathan a little bit of props there.
I looked at 67's name and was looking at 63, so I apologize for that. Thanks for correcting me on that, Ben. And with the coin toss, I was looking down.
A lot of confusion. I don't know.
Did they signal?
They flipped it. I don't know who got it. The Muskies seem excited. Does that mean we were excited because we deferred?
Okay. I'm thankful that you said that, because I was looking out there not getting any discernible idea of what's going on. So.
Well, don't make me your gold standard, Joel. A lot of times I'm just looking around to see if there's any pizza left here or whatever. So my paying attention is very minimal.
It looks like the Muskies are going to receive.
It does look like that.
how the West team seems to be aligning. At
Otherwise,
the
I'm really interested in the West strategy here.
It's like the old Syracuse circle of doom kick return. Is that what we might see? Maybe Kadri Ishmael is the special teams coach for the Falcons. Hey, he's not. I'm joking. What was it? He was the missile. Was that what
The
it was?
missile.
Number 45 for your Syracuse Orange. Haas will kick off for the Falcons.
I'm always reminding him on the opening kickoff, make sure he kicks it deep.
And he does. That's going to be Crabtree taking it at the 7. Picks his way through. He's got outside. Big return here. There's a flag on the play. Over the 50-yard line. And we'll just see what the flag is. But that was Mason Crabtree with an electric return.
Well, and as you mentioned in the pregame, something we've seen quite a bit. Very good on the kick return for the Muskies all year, although that flag looks poised to be an unfortunate occurrence for the Muskies.
It's never good when it falls in the return third of the field. So, yeah, it looks like a holding on the Muskies. So that will negate what was a 47-yard return. But the Muskies will still take over at the 28, so decent field position to start. Looks like Nolan Raker and Darnell Thompson in the backfield together along with Crabtree. Crabtree gets the give here. And a good gain on first down.
Yeah, and Joel, I think a real key here too for this game is going to be that battle up front. The Muskies have quite a few seniors on that offensive line. Those guys need to step up and really commit themselves to winning that battle. If they can move some of these Davenport West kids around, that's going to be a big difference maker in this game.
Thompson at quarterback. Crabtree in the backfield. Quarterback sweep with Thompson. He is spun forward, and he'll have the first down. Now, Ben, does it help having Raker not have to play in the quarterback slot because he can now play tight end and is a weapon in the blocking game as well?
Well, yeah, I think it helps having the flexibility. If you want to put him in at quarterback, you can. You don't have to, right? Whenever you have to commit a guy to a position, that's never ideal. So I think so. They move back at fullback like he is here, leading the blocks.
Here's the quarterback draw with Thompson. He's out over the 50-yard line. He's in Falcon territory with a first down.
But, yeah, that's a big athletic body, being able to take that kid and put him in different spots where you want him, whether you use him as a fake, whether you are using him to lead the point of attack. That's a huge weapon I know Coach Hawkins is going to be excited to have back.
Here's the give to Crabtree. Breaks a tackle. Gain of about 4 on first down.
Well, and right on cue there, Raker just obliterated a guy.
Split out wide are Lane, Henry, and Adams. Thompson's going to keep it over the left side. He'll turn it up now. He's got some green room, and he's forced out of bounds. Good run for the Muskies. So that'll put it into the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone on this first possession for the Muskies. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20.
And great opening drive here. Again, key to this is going to be let's finish the drive. Let's get some points out of this. Don't be content with just moving the ball.
Gives the Crabtree. Short gain. If any, maybe half a yard. One guy's spotting him as a small loss, so. 2nd and 10 for the Muskies. This is the first drive of the game. Muskies received the opening kickoff. Thompson over the left side. Gets a block from Crabtree. Flag behind the play. That's in the vicinity of holding. And that is the call. So holding against the Muskies, that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Those are the kind of penalties you just can't afford here in the red zone.
Yeah, you're not a super proficient passing team, as we've talked about. And so now here you're going to come up and you're giving yourself a lot of territory to make up on a short field. And as that short field means the defense is going to be able to be more compressed. Safeties don't have to be as deep. They're going to be up tighter. There's just less running spaces. When you got to make 20 yards and a couple downs, that's tough. A tall order for the Muskies here.
Thompson gives to Crabtree. He tries to turn it up.
Falcons ran a little stunt there, so they took their 2 defensive tackles and had them run a little twist. Guy on the offensive right slanted inside, and the guy from on the offensive left crossed around him. Just try to give the Muskie lineman a little bit more to think about and tough to do, and I think that caused them some problems there. Allowed for some penetration from the linebackers.
So that'll make it 3rd and 20 now for the Muskies.
Some blitz shown from the Falcons.
Thompson will run the draw. He gets to the outside. He's going to make it close to the first down marker. He's going to maybe be 1.5 yards, 2 yards short. But that's a great play on 3rd and 20 to get 17, 18 yards back.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice job. Got some good blocks out there and just did a lot with himself. And so we'll see what the Muskies elect to go for here. 4th and 5. Certainly not a gimme, but you got to decide, can we kick this or not?
Must have stepped out closer to the...
It was hard to tell, too. They really abandoned those markers real quick. Didn't want to get hit.
Thompson on the quarterback power. His helmet is ripped off. Yeah, there's got to be a flag.
But then he put him into a headlock. He was going to give him a DDT there. That's
personal foul face mask against the Falcons. That'll make it a 1st down. Now, Thompson can stay in because the face mask is what caused the helmet to come off, assuming he's okay. And so now the Muskies will capitalize off that penalty.
It's a gutsy run by the young man there. You lose your dome there, and guys are flying in at you.
Well, my understanding is if the ball carrier's helmet comes off, the play is supposed to be blown dead immediately, but who knows anymore? There's so many different versions of the rules. So it'll be 1st and goal now for the Muskies in the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone. Thompson, Crabtree, and Raker in the backfield. Thompson with the run. He's going to try to make something. Turns the shoulder. He's going to lose 1, but he didn't go down without a fight.
Yeah, just too soft of an edge there. Nice little pancake block by senior Brock Garrison on his man, but just the other guys didn't quite get the job done. A little penetration and nowhere for Thompson to go.
So 2nd and goal now from the 9-yard line.
See if they run to the wide right side here.
Give us the Crabtree. He cuts it and knifes his way inside the 5. So now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, really like to punch it in here and make that next.
This is where you got to lick your chops as an offensive lineman. Just get going. Give us the Crabtree. He's scratches his way into the end zone. Mason Crabtree, the senior, with the touchdown on senior night as the Muskies march 83 yards for the touchdown on their opening drive. Sophia Thomas on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. As the Muskies take a 7-0 lead, we'll step away for a short break. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our cut quality center. Let's take a closer look.
Our mowers provide superior
laser precision cut quality
for a perfectly manicured lawn.
Let's break this down in science terms. This grass is cut good. This grass is cut not as good.
Hustler Turf. Mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road.
And welcome back as the Muskies lead 7-0 after an 83-yard touchdown drive. Parker Green on to kick off for the Muskies. Kicks it to the 5. Oh, ball is out. Fumble.
Oh.
Fumble recovered. That's number 33 on the recovery for West. It was not on my list.
Not listed.
He's had a tackle and a fumble recovery now, and I don't know who you are.
Silas Bosworth with the fumble recovery there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Falcons at their own 23-yard line. That would have been a huge play if Muscatine could have come up with that fumble.
Great hit to knock the ball loose. Just fortunate bounce for the Falcons.
It was Paul Henry on the tackle. The give. This is Dalton Thompson on the carry. Or excuse me, Tucker Avis. So that'll about make it 2nd and 9.
Little pro eye out of the Falcons. Huddling up.
Taking the air out of that ball.
Smart, I like that. Real narrow splits. You're going to have a real compact offensive line here.
Play action. Looking for a little pop pass.
Nice rally up by the Muskies there.
We're going to have a flag here, I believe, on a West player.
Great little tackle by Luke Hardy to come up and make that play right away on the ball carrier.
We have 3 flags on the play. I believe all so we saw.
Yeah. Look at all that laundry. It looks like my bathroom right now at the end of the week with all those girls.
Oh, they're going to call it double unsportsmanlike, which I disagree. But I watched that from the beginning of it, and I don't know. So those penalties will offset. Now they both are charged to each player, and Mason Crabtree is the one who received it for the Muskies. And that is the football variety of the technical foul. So they each one more, and they will be disqualified from the game. So shouldn't be an issue, but that is the rules. I don't like it when it's called double. It's usually an instigated by one person, but
yeah, I mean, I suppose if you have instigation on one side and retaliation on the other. I did not see what occurred. I was watching the tackle, trying to get a number, but sometimes it feels a bit like a cop out. But again, like I said, maybe if somebody instigated,
and maybe something was said too that warranted.
It's hard to know.
So that'll make it 3rd and 4 for the Falcons from the 30-yard line of Muscatine, or from Davenport West.
And now the Falcons open it up, trips down here to the bottom of the screen.
Here's the give to Avis. Lowers his shoulder and gets the first down. Hard run by Tucker Avis.
Yeah, and that's what so many teams now like to do and have been doing for a while is you want to run the ball, but you run that spread out. You get 3 to one side, 1 to the other to force defenders out of the box so they can't make the play, giving you a little bit better chance of running the ball. And the thing I think you'll see from the Falcons is when you're playing against a 3-4, widen those splits out. Make that line bigger. Make those 3 guys guard more territory.
So trips formation to the left. Here's the give to Avis, and now he's got the open seam, and he is tracked down. That was Graciano with the tackle.
Well, it's really interesting there. Muscatine almost went. They're running a 3-4, but they took those 2 outside linebackers and walked them up. You're really like in an old school 5-2, and so a lot of times those outside linebackers, when that play comes up the gut like that, they can check back inside because they're 4 to 5 yards off the ball. They can go either inside or outside. once they're committed to the line like that, you crack the middle, there's just nobody there. You know, your inside linebacker doesn't make a play, and then you're going to get gutted like that.
Avis broke a tackle there in the backfield, and now we get motion. Another inside run. That will now put it now 2nd and 5 for West.
On the tackle, 2nd and 5.
Michael Ray in the backfield along with Hansen, excuse me. Here's the give to Ray. And he powers his way into a 1st and goal situation. 1st and goal from the 9. Hansen at quarterback with Ray to his left. Here's the give to Ray. He's stacked up at the line. A short gain there on 1st down.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it, but it almost looks like the Muskies have actually gone to more of a 4-man front, and they're walking that 5th linebacker, that other linebacker up to give you kind of that 5 look, like sort of an over-under type look. I don't know if they feel like that's going to give them a little bit of an advantage against West trying to run the ball, but we'll kind of see if they stick with that or not. But it really looks like they've committed to 4 defensive linemen here this game.
2nd and goal for the Falcons. A tight trip to the left.
A little bunch action.
Throw to the outside. Stiff arm. That's Dalton Thompson with the catch. Tackled by Hardy and Graciano.
Well, and Graciano, such a good read. He knew the out was coming. It was a nice move by the West kid. He just had a step on him and good throw, and he couldn't play defense, but he read it well. Just got to get out there just a touch quicker to stop that ball from getting thrown.
So 3rd and 3, or excuse me, 3rd and goal from the 3. Hansen under center, I formation.
Sneak looking like here. Nope, we'll give.
Here's the give to Avis.
No signal.
No signal yet. It looks like they're going to spot him short.
He's down inside the 1.
Whew.
So make it 4th and goal from inside the 1-yard line. The spot is almost breaking the plane.
Well, the stats tell us, Joel, that going for it is worth 4.6 points. And so I think you got to go for it in this situation.
Well, I think, too, just this time of the year.
Although, yeah, it's definitely go for it. But it's worth noting their field goal kicker receiving real good in warm-ups. Like I was bombing it from 42. This will be a sneak here, though, right?
No, they're giving it to – and he is – oh, is he going to get in? And the side judge who had the clear view is not given a signal. And I think this side judge is going to mark him short. Because he had the ball in his right arm. The Muskies hold on 4th down.
Great hold. Dumb play call. Great hold. And again, we're thinking sneak here because why do you want to hand the ball? You're on the 6-inch line. Yeah. Why do you want to hand it 6 yards deep? I know people say, well, you get that forward momentum, but you give that defense a chance to get across the line and get into your legs. And thank goodness they did, because obviously I'm a Muskie homer here and I want us to win. But I just don't understand those calls, especially got a kid that seems very athletic. Doesn't make any sense to me why teams do that.
He's
but
got 8 rushing
glad
touchdowns
they did.
On the year. Here's the give to Thompson, or the Thompson gives it to Crabtree, who's able to get out over the line of scrimmage.
Well, to be clear, absolutely the right call to go for it.
100%.
I just don't understand those teams that want to run those deep plays on that when you're so close. But hey, glad they did.
Glad goal, the benefactors of that decision.
Now they got to get out of this precarious position, though.
Thompson gives it to Crabtree again.
Mason Crabtree, the ball.
And we'll see here. This might be the time for the old infamous quick kick.
Yeah.
You know, before they can pin their ears back and get after you, do you just punt out of this situation here on third down?
With nobody back deep? It's not a bad strategy, especially now Darnell has shown the ability to throw a little bit. They haven't asked him to do it much in his time of stepping in at quarterback. And here's the quarterback sweep, and smartly turns it up just to prevent the safety. But this is a tough spot to kick a punt in.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
And
so Ty Kozad checks into the game. I believe it's his first snap of the night. Thompson is back in the punt formation.
See,
this is like a field goal.
I thought Davenport West was going to help us out there and just rush. Only have 10 guys on the field.
And the Falcons now call timeout. We'll take 30 seconds. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Timeout West.
See Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium. The Muskies lead 7-0, but it is 4th and 9 from the 1 yard line. Yes, that's right. 4th and 9 from the 1 yard line as the Muskies took over at about the half-inch line. And this is a Muskie punt that I would anticipate being heavily challenged by West, but it looks like maybe they're nervous about getting that roughing the punter call. And Darnell Thompson kicks a low line drive that's fair caught by Jordan White. And it'll be good field position for the Falcons. And there is a Muskie down.
Boy, you couldn't have played that much more conservative there if you were the Falcons.
And there is a Muskie down. There's a minute 42 to play here in the first quarter.
It appears to be that might be number 80, Daniel Adams. Like, it's hard to get a full look, but it looked like maybe Daniel Adams is down, so we hope he's obviously okay. Didn't really get a chance to see what happened there on that punt.
Thompson tried to get off as quickly as he could. And, yeah, you mentioned the conservative nature of the call for the Falcons. Jordan White had 10, 15 yards between him and the closest Muskie defender, but it was a 100% fair catch situation.
Well, and let's put this in context. I mean, you know, obviously that's not the greatest offensive sequence, but this is great, right? It probably should have been a touchdown. You know, you've got 3rd and goal from the 1. You've got 4th and goal from the 6-inch line. You really probably should be at 7-7 right now. You're able to weather the storm, kick the ball. Now they got to go another 32 yards. You've given your defense a chance. So, all things considered, I think great deal here for the Muskies.
And it is Adams who is walking under his own power. Looks like he may be holding his arm.
Big shout out tonight, Joel, to former Muskie coach and Vikings homer Conrad Wilkie, who I know is at home, probably having some ribs watching the game. Hello, Conrad. Hopefully you're having a good evening. Look forward to seeing you on Monday.
Stopped me in the parking lot this week to tell me that we were doing a good job, and it's always good for Coach Wilkie to give us some compliments. The scoreboard is out, so we're going to have to, I think, time this game on the field for now. This is the last game of this scoreboard. It's being retired after this season. We had hoped to retire it a little bit sooner, but supply chain issues caused the delay in the beautiful new scoreboard that's supposed to arrive. It'll probably come here tomorrow or Monday.
Could be.
Now that the season's over.
Well, I'm only laughing because this is at least once a season for about the last 6 or 7 years.
And we
we've
made
had
it
the
to
old
week
score.
9. Like this is our 5th home game, and it's just now decided to blow a breaker. Maybe don't want to hypothesize. Play clock works though, so that's good. It's because the play clock is less than 3 years old, as opposed to 40 years old.
Well, that scoreboard's older than me, Joel. I think.
No,
Pretty sure. When did they redo it?
Well, I think that this stadium was built in 1983.
Was it?
I think so.
Were they at Heinz till 83?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, not older than me then.
Not even older than me.
But to be fair,
that is the delay. We're waiting on to figuring out how we're going to run
the
clock.
Oh, there's life.
We have.
There's a single
ray of hope. The score is 7-0.
Live, darn you, live.
The score is 7-0.
But
we were.
Jeff Miller's out there, I think. He's got some jumper cables, and he's going to be like trying to rig up the DeLorean over there.
We appreciate you staying with us through our jests. We're longtime veterans of Muscatine High School, and both as players and coaches, and it's comical because it does happen. And that's why these necessary improvements were done, and we're looking forward to getting that new scoreboard as the final piece of this beautiful renovation that we have here. Hanson now comes in under center as we're back in play. And that's Ray off the outside. And Thompson was there, and Crabtree holding on when letting the pursuit come.
Yeah, again, a little bit of a change-up. Muskie's definitely in a forefront, which I like seeing. I enjoy the forefront as well. It's going to put a little bit of pressure on their inside linebackers. They're going to have to work a little bit better on their angles. There they kind of undercut a little bit too far and weren't able to make the tackle. You had to rely on your outside guys there, but that'll come.
Now 3 receivers left. Hanson throws the hitch to the outside.
Well, and I don't like that they completed that for a pass, but I love that call offensively. One of the things, if you're going to put 3 guys out or put 2 guys out or bunch guys up, you've got to show the defense, hey, you got to cover these guys. Because it's too easy sometimes in high school to put those guys out there and the defense keeps creeping in, and all of a sudden now they got 9 in the box and you've only got 7, and you got big problems. So I like that quick tempo pass, get that ball out there. That's going to force the Muskies to go out and guard them. That's going to help Davenport West in their run game.
Kelton Youngberg on the reception. Here's the give to Ray. He tries to squirt out, but he's tripped up.
Nice job by the Muskies there.
Looked like Beatty was able to get his paw on the ankle and trip him up.
Yeah, and 43, Jacob Novak came up from his inside linebacker position just to finish it off, and that's what you want. Get hands on them from your defensive linemen, especially when you're in that forefront. They're going to be asked to do a little bit more and make tackles. Those linebackers have got to be active, scrape across, come finish off plays.
Hanson rolls right. Skips a pass. Good pressure from Novak. And that'll make it 3rd and 9 from the 15-yard line. 8.3 seconds to play in the first quarter. Scoreboard is back up and running for those who are keeping track at home.
Well, you got to give the scoreboard credit, Joel. It always comes back.
It's like Rocky. You can knock it down, but it'll still emerge.
Little trips here. We'll see. Maybe a little screen from Davenport West here, potentially. See what they try to go with. Maybe they're just going to try and sprint out here and throw the ball, see what they can come up with. Muskies. Disappointing. Darn it. Hate to see them kind of let them off the hook there. Now you're going to end up, instead of being 3rd and 8,
3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, now they got a lot of options. Now they can do a lot of things to you.
Now, touching on, one of your Nietzel segments from a few weeks ago, we see when they go to this trips look, there's no safeties back deep. So is Muscatine running straight man-to-man, cover 0 there?
It looks like it to me. I mean, again, that's a lot more feasible when you're so close to the goal, right? Because you're not worried about the deep ball. There isn't, deep ball is going to be out of bounds. So you can press up a little bit more, get inside on these guys. You can tell by our guys are staring right at them a little bit. Where's that guy going?
Here's the keep now by Hansen. He'll have the first down. This will be first and goal from the 3.
And again, it's just tough because they're not running that keep call on 3rd and 8. They're just not going to. Too low percentage of a play, but now you give them that penalty that you didn't need to give up, and now you put them in position to go back to their stud, and they're going to have a chance here at the quarter to talk about it and figure out their best play.
So that's the end of the first quarter. Muskies lead 7-0. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable.
And welcome back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. It's the beginning of the second quarter as the Muskies lead Davenport West 7-0, but West knocking on the door. Their first drive, Muskies held the Falcons at the 1-yard line on a 4th down, and now it's first and goal from the 3-yard line. The Falcons have it again in the red zone. Do the Muskies have two defensive stands in them? We'll find out.
Well, that's where I'd like to see you dial up a little zone blitz. Get some guys in front moving, kind of sell out a little bit, bring your inside linebackers on maybe like a little X stunt, and just try to smash somebody in the backfield, see if you can't get a little bit of that momentum. Real tight splits here from the Falcons, though.
I formation. Here's the give to Ray. Now it's the keep by Hansen. Bootleg sniffed out by the Muskies. Faked me out. Good ball handling by Hansen.
Yeah, nice play by the Muskies. And again, part of the reason that fake works there on you and the Muskie interior a little bit is because the last time down this tight, two exact plays like that where you're just running that ISO, give that ball to the halfback, let your fullback lead through. They pull it out this time. Good job by the exterior of the Muskies, though, to stay in their spots. Hey, you can't make a tackle in the A gap, so stay home. They did their job. When that ball got pulled, they were there to make the play that they could make, and they did it. That's going to make the Falcons now back to the drawing board for 2nd down.
So 2nd and goal from the 1.5-yard line.
Will they or won't they, Joel? Will we see a sneak? You got 3-inch splits. Will we finally see a sneak? I don't know.
We got a delay of game by the Falcons. So the 5 yards the Muscatine gave on the offsides earlier, the Falcons give back now, making it's going to be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 7. So big penalty there.
What a gift.
Well, Hansen ran the bootleg out of bounds on the Muskie sideline, then had to run all the way across the field to go talk to the coach to get the play and then run. I mean, he ran 120 yards.
Yeah, that's where you want, just send the play in.
Those are the things that drive me nuts. Sometimes it's just have a system. 2nd and 7.
Pass.
Hansen back to pass. Throws the out route. Ooh,
just the
over.
Whip. That was the whip. I tried to teach my daughter the whip 2 weeks ago for that football they play at recess. Great whip round, but I'm talking about that receiver's going to start outside. He's going to come hard inside, plant his foot almost like a basketball guy in the post, and spin back to the outside and go. That's the only downside. The man-to-man's great when you're in close because when they're doing different things, your guy, you know who you got, but that's so hard. They put that, you're told all day long, don't let him beat you inside. Don't let him give him that free, easy slant. You step hard inside. The guy plants his foot, spins back outside. Easy pass and catch out of the Falcons there.
Oh, now swinging gate.
What a waste of time. I hated this as a defensive guy.
They're running the fake option look, and they're going to have it
Unless you don't guard it, then I guess it's not a waste of time. That's what my detractors would say, Joel. That's why you do it. Oh, Coach! Coach, get a little bigger out there. Jeez. You guys got to get in the weight room. Did you see that?
I did. The chest bump failed by the
yeah.
But that warrants the excitement. 2-point conversion is good by Davenport West. They take an 8-7 lead. We'll be right back with more Muskie football.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
Let's take a closer look.
Our legendary smooth track steering provides buttery smooth turns, making maneuvering around obstacles a breeze. Unlike the jerky feel of other options, our smooth track steering is so effortless, anyone could make short work of the lawn. Hustler Turf, mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And after the touchdown and 2-point conversion, the Muskies have flipped the quarter, so the Muskies are getting lined up here. Second quarter, Muskies trail 8-7.
And again, on that swinging gate, the key is teams are not going to snap it out to all those guys for a one-man advantage. There's too many things to go wrong. As a defensive team, you've got to put one extra guy in to the side where the single guys are, and that's going to force them to huddle in and waste time and then kick the extra point. Right. But when you match up like that, you don't have everybody covered. That's why they do it.
And the Muskies sophomore team, their 2-point conversion was on that similar play.
Well, that was like a double swinging gate chaos theory. I don't even know what we were.
Crabtree with the kick return. Gets it to the 30. Pulls the pile forward. Over the 35-yard line. Good return from Crabtree.
Yeah, a little bit of wrestling strength there.
Yeah, keep those hips low and the feet driving.
Yeah, just keep walking, keep moving forward.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Muskies at their own 36-yard line. 11:42 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, this is only the Muskies' third possession, right? Scored on the first, great possession. The second one, you were on the 6-inch line. This was just survive and try not to give up a safety. So now let's see what they can do here with really their second real chance at the ball.
This is Kozad with the carry, his first carry of the game.
Great run by Ty there. Pounding forward, getting the first down, moving the chains. Great start for this drive for the Muskies.
Saw Brock Garrison from his left tackle spot pull and help lead the way there. That's fun to see those tackles pulling inside.
Wow, he's such a big athletic kid too.
Batty in at quarterback. He gives it to Kozad. So Landon Batty, again, missed last week, and Kozad both missed last week with injuries. And they are junior and sophomore, respectively. Batty the junior and Kozad the sophomore. Shovel pass to Raker. He breaks a tackle. He'll be close to the first down. I think he has it.
Yeah, nice little play design there to get Raker the ball. Just bring him down across the line, throw a little shuttle, much like the Packers did to score in tight on Sunday. And again, it's low risk. If your kid drops it, it's a forward pass. It's just going to go as incomplete. Nice way to get those edge guys, though, to come through and get the ball. And a lot of times there's nobody really assigned to them. They're not sure who's got it once they disappear into the inside there. So get the big man the ball and let him do some damage.
Thompson moves from his quarterback position out wide to wide receiver at the right bottom side of your formation. Henry in the slot. Here's the give to Kozad, who finds it off the right tackle. Little spin move out of bounds. And Kozad's looking healthy.
Yeah, very impressive run there by the sophomore.
Braden Lane, the wide receiver, to the top left side of the formation for the Muskies.
And the line doing a nice job getting their bodies on guys, getting guys blocked, allowing the running backs to just have one man to beat to get to the outside. And you're seeing a lot of pressure here. Again, two more guys coming from the outside.
Gives to Kozad up the middle. Again, one cut and upfield for the sophomore. Close to another first down. Be 2nd and 1 in the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone.
Almost best case scenario here for the Muskies.
Second and inches.
Give to Kozad off right tackle. He's got the corner, and he's got the end zone. Kozad, touchdown, Muskies.
Great job by the Muskies there. What a response. Your second real possession. Once again, move the ball down the field efficiently.
A 64-yard touchdown drive without throwing the ball one time.
Well, what do we notice here too, Joel? No penalties.
Yep.
No killer penalties. You're staying ahead of the count. You're in a good situation. You always have all your options open because you're getting good gains. You're not hurting yourself, shooting yourself in the foot. Touchdown, Muskies.
Offsides on the Falcons. And so they'll have to re-kick this because it is a dead ball foul in high school. Once they break that neutral zone, the play is blown dead. Number 3, Ryan Larson tried to get the big jump. Are they going to call this on the Muskies? False start.
I don't know how you can really get a false start.
Yeah, no one was
extra point.
Yeah, it is offsides. I just saw the Muskies moving back, and I was like, what?
Well, in a peek behind the curtain, generally on an extra point field goal, your linemen are just going to be in a 2-point stance, and they're just going to look at the ball because it's a silent count. It's almost impossible unless they just get nervous and move. It's almost impossible to have them jump early because they have to watch the ball for themselves to move anyway.
So the ball will move up half the distance to the goal, and Sophia Thomas will have 1 yard closer to make this extra point. And that kick is good from the senior kicker. And the Muskies take the lead 14-8 here with just under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. We'll be back with more Muskie football right after this.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
And welcome back as the Muskies. Parker Green kicks off after the Ty Kozad touchdown run. And Sophia Thomas extra point. Kick from Green. Taken at the 5. Tripped up just at the 20-yard line. That was Jordan White on the return.
Good coverage by the Muskies there.
So now the Falcon offense will take over. Their touchdown did come just after a short field. They were able to get the ball at the 30-yard line.
But that was set up by their first drive, which was a nice job of moving the ball down the field. So it'll be interesting to see here if the Muskie defense can kind of stick their foot in the ground here and hold up and get this ball back for the offense.
1st and 10 from the Falcon 23-yard line. Hanson under center, I formation. Give us to Avis, who crab walks his way forward for a gain of about 4.
Yeah, he was met in the hole there by Jacob Novak. But again, great drive by Avis. He's really been doing a nice job running the ball north and south and just kind of blasted through the hole, able to carry Novak for a yard or two before he finally got him down.
So 2nd and 6. Hanson back to pass. He's got pressure. And he's going to break a tackle. He will still get sacked for a loss. Mason Beatty with the sack, or Nathan Beatty with the sack. Nolan Raker with the initial pressure along with Becerra.
Calling 26.
Good pass rush for the Muskies.
Yeah, double tight end, had a little bit more protection there, and Muskies got after it and put him under duress. Brings up 3rd and long.
Looked like Hansen wanted to find Dalton Thompson on the outside, but he was covered well by Darnell Thompson.
Trips to the top here.
Hansen back to pass, and he is engulfed by Nolan Raker, the senior with the sack on 3rd down.
Yeah, sometimes you get almost like an awkward tackle because you're just you're there so quick and so wide open. It's like I don't even know what to do. I'll just kind of grab you.
Make it 4th and 16, and the Falcons will have to punt for the first time.
Great. That's just a great individual effort by Raker. Just beat his man, never had a chance, and by the time they were getting ready to set up for the pass, he was there making the play.
Michael Ray on the punt for the Falcons.
Uh-oh.
And Crabtree unable to secure the catch. So that punt will be downed at the Muskie 24-yard line. You mentioned the little groan there. That was a little too close for comfort on the
stop
gunner.
blocking. Stop blocking. Somebody's got to be yelling, Peter, or fire, and then get out of there. Don't accidentally walk into that ball. And after all the great work your defense did, your offense is red hot. Let's get out of the way and let's get going.
Batty will give it to Kozad, who bounces it. Kind of fights his way forward for maybe 1 yard. That was a good third effort to get a positive gain there on 1st down. Give him 2 yards.
Yeah, it looked like there's going to be a little Barry Sanders action there. Bounce in, bounce out, go around, end up being a little Barry Manilow, but that's fine.
Okay.
Get him on 2nd down.
Bootleg out by Batty. He finds Darnell Thompson on the sideline. That'll be good for the 1st down. The first passing attempt for the Muskies tonight.
Yeah, nice pass. A little sprint out to his right side where he wants to throw his right hand. That's a much easier throw. Run a little hitch, plant your foot, come back, get the ball out to him. Nice job.
Under 7 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Here's the give to Kozad. And Kozad with positive yards on 1st down. Makes it 2nd and 7. Muskie Football brought to you by Riots and Rebelle Salon, Let's Eat Catering, and the Youth Sports Foundation.
We might be. Well, I guess we're okay.
Give us to Kozad.
Thought maybe we didn't have enough guys on the line there.
Kozad, the ball carrier.
Both Ty and Mason Crabtree have really mastered that kind of patient, like delay step where they kind of let it develop and then they explode through the hole.
Yeah. I don't have much more to add. That's very fair.
Is that designed? Is it designed that way? Or
well, I think sometimes that's a function if the hole's not opening right away very quickly. You just kind of learn over the course of the season. You got to kind of see what's there. Ooh, a lot of pressure from the Falcons here. We're throwing it. Oh!
Pass is high, but a nice blitz pickup there from Kozad in the run game.
Yeah, they brought 6. A little miscommunication. When you draw that up on the playbook, I guarantee you there's not 2 Muskies standing next to each other at 12 yards deep. So somebody was either ran the wrong route or got a little knocked off course, but caused a little confusion as to where that ball was going.
So make it 4th and 4. Looks like the Muskies are going for it here.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we'll see. It feels like a punt situation.
Call
probably.
timeout. Muskies are going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing.
And we're back. The Muskies punt formation on the field. Darnell Thompson back doing the kicking for the Muskies. Low line drive kick. Gets a Muskie roll. Fielded on the run by the Falcons, who have the edge. We do have a flag here far behind the play.
Yeah, interesting.
That was Martell McGinnis on the return.
That flag is deep in the back and late.
Legal block in the back against the Falcons, so that's going to push what was a very nice return back.
Block in the back against the Falcons.
That was a weird spot to see that, but we'll take it.
It was almost like they blocked the punter in the back. I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't see the head official throw that call on the punt very often, but if you're a Muskie fan, you'll applaud it, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons from their own 37-yard line. It feels like this 4-person front for the Muskies has been effective, Ben.
A little stem there. I like that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they both have their advantages.
Give us to Avis. And he is going to have a short gain on 1st down.
You've got Brock Garrison inside. You've got Nolan Raker outside. So you've got some good defensive linemen. I mean, that forefront's going to give them a chance to play a little bit more gap football and potentially influence the play a little bit more. So, I mean, there's definitely some advantages. And if you're a little short on linebackers because of injuries or because of guys just coming back from injury, only playing one way, I like it.
2nd and 8. Hansen throws the tunnel screen off the shoulder pad of Dalton Thompson.
The other thing is we see a lot of times, we see a lot of tight end play out of Davenport West. So either traditional pro formation, which means you got a tight end, I formation usually behind, or double tights. So something the Muskies may see on the film too is, hey, we're going to have a guy checked up anyway a lot. So if they're with a tight end, maybe we just go to a straight 4 and make it easy on ourselves. And personnel-wise, that's going to help us out. But I really appreciate, Coach Hawkins' flexibility and being able to say, hey, is this what's going to help us this game? Let's do something different.
3rd and 8 from the Falcon 40. Hansen finds the tight end in the seam. It's Jordan White with the 1st down.
We've talked about this many times, Joel. Just at the high school level, you can't be married to your scheme too much because you don't have the ability to recruit. You don't have the ability to. You got what you got. You've got what the population gives to you each year, and sometimes that's wildly different from year to year. So being flexible, being able to adjust, put different stuff in, that's what you really need at the high school level.
1st and 10 as the Falcons get it across the 50-yard line. The Muskie 47. Here's the toss to Avis. Stutter step, tries to get outside, but great closing speed from Nolan Raker. And folks, you see why he's getting some attention at the next level.
Well, and huge shout out to Luke Hardy there, because what Luke was able to do was keep his outside free. And by keeping his outside free and keeping that pressure, that meant the West running back had to keep stretching it, keep stretching it. That allows Raker to come make that play. If he doesn't set that edge, if he gets hooked, that kid's up before Raker can ever get there and make the tackle. Real team defense out there. Nice job by the Muskies.
2nd and 9. Reverse. And Thompson's going to look to pass. Well covered as Paul Henry has the interception. And the Muskies stayed home. An interception by Paul Henry.
Nice coverage, hip pocket. I always get a little nervous when they pull a little too much D on there and they start looking, trying to ball hawk that thing. You want to make sure you can find the receiver, but the ball's underthrown. Paul Henry's in a great position and does what he's done all year long. Is if he's had a chance to pick it, he's picked it. Great job, and if he doesn't get tripped up there, he might still be running. Going all the way down there, just keep running and go see old Tom Wilson.
So the Muskies will take over on the interception. Muscatine received the opening kickoff and went down and scored. Here's the give to Kozad. Gain of 4 on 1st down. Tackle made by Will Travis.
Tackle by Will Travis. Only 29, 2nd and 5.
Muskies being efficient on 1st down. That's been a real positive for their offensive attack today.
Well, it just makes life so much easier.
And here is the illegal formation that the Muskies avoided in the last series. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage.
Bob Long down there cannot believe it.
And I could see it from here. The side judge called him as being off.
Well, that's easily fixable, right? I mean,
yep.
You tell those kids 1,000 times. The guy standing right there, all you got to do is turn and point, and he will. He does not want to throw the flag on you. He will tell you, move up, move back, you're good, whatever. Yeah. But you have to ask.
It's one of the few times in sports that you're encouraged to talk to the officials, and that's an experience thing. Young receivers for the Muskies.
But even at the sophomore and freshman level, telling those guys, just check, just ask them. Little jet motion.
Fake the handoff to Henry. Give it to Kozad. He gets 2, so that'll make it 3rd and 8. So now the Muskies kind of in a 4-minute offense here. 3rd and 7. Surprised we haven't seen the timeout from West here? I think we're going to see the Muskies take the play clock all the way down and call a timeout on this crucial 3rd down.
And what's our go-to play here? Obviously, looks like could be an opportunity for your, 2nd pass of the game. But Muskies love the screen, love the inside screen. So we'll see what they come up with here at the timeout.
Let's keep it right here because I think that's a discussion to have. You have a common opponent that you've played for the last 20 years, actually last 40 years in Davenport West. You've got some familiarity from the coaching staff. Do you go to that wrinkle maybe that looks like a screen, but you leak a guy out and try to get a big play here? Or is this a strictly let's just try to convert on this position on the field? And I've been a part of discussions both ways. I was always the guy on the headset saying, let's take a shot, let's take a shot. Our defense is playing well. What discussion are you having if you're on the sideline?
Yeah, I think you want to go with what you think your best play is. And so Mike Truitt's a big inside screen guy. He kind of brought that to the program 6 or 7 years ago, and so we've seen that quite a bit. You certainly want to. If you think you got it, you can take a shot. We're not a huge big play team, but to your point, there's a minute 51 down as well. So if you only pick up 6 or 8 yards, you still got a lot of field to go. So.
Or if you throw an interception on a deep ball, it's essentially similar to a punt.
That's right.
But you have a weapon like Raker at the tight end slot position who is a mismatch on any linebacker.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. Again, you're only going to run the screen if you think you got something. Now, they have brought some pressure. They've dialed some stuff up. So if you think you got the pressure, the screen's on. If not, then just throw the ball. There's the screen. Nope. Okay, there it is.
Screen pass was intended for Ty Kozad, but the pass was high. Number 54, Jalen Green, was in the area for the Falcons. He stayed home, kind of was sniffing it out. So I'll make it now 4th and 7 for the Muskies, and the punt team will come on. Jordan White back deep for the punt return for West. Darnell Thompson.
Oh, nice quick kick.
Big kick over the head. Gets a big Muskie roll as White fields it inside the 20. And now Jordan White.
Look at a little Daniel LaRusso crane kick there. I thought we were in big trouble because he doesn't take a traditional 14-yard drop back like punters. And that guy, that West kid came off the edge right now.
Ray came off the edge untouched.
Yep, he was right there right now. And, I mean, great job by Thompson just to quick kick that thing and still get a nice little bounce, nice little power, and flip the field here and put West in a tough spot to score with 1:33.
And so now West will take over at their own 31-yard line.
And I know Coach Hawkins is down there telling those guys, watch the double moves. Don't, if the guy hitches, let him, we'll give up a 6-yard hitch here. We don't care about that. It's that hitch and go, that chair route. Those are the things we're concerned about.
White in motion. That ball's fired across the middle, and that's caught by Dalton Thompson. That'll be a first down for West.
I'm admittedly very biased and quite a ways away, but I sure look like a one-hopper to me. But if not, that's a great catch by that kid, digging that thing out of the ground.
1st and 10 from the Falcon 45. A minute 20 to go in the first half.
We're showing cover 3 here. Just kind of tough against spread. There's the chair to the outside.
Good pass rush. Hansen's going to tuck it and run, and that'll be a gain of about 4 or 5 on first down.
That's all right. Keep that clock rolling.
And a timeout called by Davenport West. We'll take a quick break with them. We'll be back with more Muskie football action.
Timeout, Falcons.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
We are looking for a 0.
And we are back. It is second quarter action. The Muskies lead 14-8. A minute 3 to go, and West has the ball just shy of the midfield mark. They called timeout after the 4-yard run by Hansen on first down. We've seen some good pass rush from the Muskies these last 2 series.
Again, we're in cover 3, which is just a little dangerous here against the Twins to both sides against the spread. If they go 4 verticals, you're going to have to be very disciplined.
And there is a big reception by White down the sideline. Now he cuts it back to the middle. Hardy able to chase him down.
That's the problem there. You get 2 kids running into one zone. You're forcing that corner to make a choice. If he makes the wrong choice, you get a guy open.
Now hurry up here for West.
And really no need. They've got 2 timeouts. High school, you get a stoppage until the chain gang gets set up.
And it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Here's the give to Avis. Flag on the play. That'll stop the clock. When the umpire throws the flag, it's usually a holding, Ben.
Yep, I would expect this to come back. And again, Davenport West, a lot of time here. You got 46 seconds. You still got 2 timeouts.
Holding against the Falcons. So back it up 10 yards.
This is great news for the Muskies. But again, if I'm Davenport, you might see the whip route again. If Muscatine comes out in that man-to-man, top of your screen, bring him in like he's running the slant, plant that foot, spin back outside. We'll see. Muskies are playing a little bit more outside, though, so then he's giving up the slant. It's a little bit of a chess match out there.
Hansen back to pass. And Beatty gets home for the sack.
Nice job.
And now a timeout by the West. Big play for the senior defensive lineman.
Absolutely.
Who, interestingly enough, his father, Scott, is the baseball coach at Davenport West High School. So there's some family connections between these two schools.
Great rush by Nathan there to come off the edge. And again, West kind of had what they wanted on the outside, but when you can get that pressure and put that quarterback under duress, he's not able to throw it.
And what was once first and goal from the 8 is now 2nd and 25 after the holding penalty and the sack. So under 30 seconds to go, 1 timeout remaining for the Falcons. Hey, no cookies in the moon. And the red zone defense knocking on whatever surface this is in front of me has been pretty good for the Muskie defense this game.
Yeah, definitely. And listen, worth noting, it doesn't appear to be, there's no wind out there. The field conditions are the same as they were. So, you know, we saw the West kicker making 42-yard field goals in pregame. Now, it's different when no one's rushing on you all the time. But interesting if they, as long as they don't lose any more yardage, if they save that timeout and make sure they got a chance to call that and at least get 3 points or go for 3 points in this situation. It's always nice to have a weapon like that.
Yes. Hansen at quarterback again for the Falcons. Tucker Avis is to his right.
Again, we're in that cover 3. They're gonna have to go 4 verticals here.
Now they're gonna give the draw to Avis,
and
he's got some green in front of him. Henry, though, able to turn him back in, and the Muskie pursuit able to get there. So they'll now make it 3rd.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
Coming off the clock here.
Oh, no.
We're under 10 seconds.
I like seeing this.
Under 7.
Oh.
This will be the last play of the half. Hansen intercepted. Yes. And the Muskie defense holds.
Great job by the Muskie D. That was not good coaching.
Xander Dayton with the interception. Now we have a flag. I don't know what we have here, but a late flag coming in long after the play.
And that's just one of those where I know that they're thinking we want to save that timeout, but you've got to call that timeout, save yourself the 19 seconds, and then you have a chance to tell your quarterback, hey, we're either throwing the ball out of bounds or we're throwing it in the end zone, or we want to get 3 points. And just a mistake there by the coach. So that happens. You get caught up in the heat of the moment, trying to do the right thing.
The officials have instructed the teams to go inside. And I believe that's because this is a dead ball foul, so it'll be enforced. Well, now they're telling the Muskies to come back, so we're just waiting to see what happens. Dead ball on sportsmanlike conduct against Davenport West. So that will be enforced on the opening kickoff of the second half. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with halftime here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile Wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our Cut Quality Center. Let's take a closer look.
Our mowers provide superior
laser precision cut quality
for a perfectly manicured lawn.
Let's break this down in science terms. This grass is cut good. This grass is cut not as good.
Hustler Turf. Mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest eighth of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
Let's take a closer look.
Our legendary smooth track steering provides buttery smooth turns, making maneuvering around obstacles a breeze. Unlike the jerky feel of other options, our smooth track steering is so effortless, anyone could make short work of the lawn. Hustler Turf, mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media.
At Pearl City Media, we develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere, and reaching the right kind of people for your business isn't so simple. Maybe you want to increase your business's awareness and sell more inventory. Or maybe you want to book more appointments. Or maybe you need a bump in your lunchtime traffic. Whatever your goals are, Pearl City Media will listen and create a strategic campaign focused on helping you reach those goals. We handle all the strategy, planning, execution, and will update you on the results of the campaign while constantly evaluating the effectiveness of your campaign. So what are you waiting for? Send Pearl City Media a message and start improving your marketing today.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
And welcome back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network as the Muskie Marching Band performs their halftime show for the last time this season, as it is senior night, and the Muskies been leading 14-8 on this Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show.
Yeah, great first half from the Muskies. Offense looked very nice, just moving the ball up and down the field, which is great to see. Again, we talked about this, putting themselves in great position on first down to get positive yardage, keeping that entire playbook open into second and third down, minimizing the penalties. Then on the defense, 2 key interceptions have stymied the drives from the West Falcons, and defense overall playing good. A little bit of that bend but don't break. Seeing a 4-man front tonight instead of a 3-man front out of Coach Hawkins' defense, and just great job by the Muskies on both sides of the ball so far, Joel.
3 sacks from the defensive front, 2 interceptions for the defensive backfield. Really been an efficient first half defensively for the Muskies, and on offense, getting to the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone and punching in touchdowns.
Absolutely, and sometimes you can get in a situation where you've got just a better athlete on the defensive line than the offensive lineman they're going against. You see a little bit of that tonight where guys are just, I think, individually beating their man off the ball, getting by him, getting in that backfield, and where, you know, there might be a potential open pass here, there, whatever. Quarterback does not have a chance to throw the ball. Muskies put him under the pressure, and like you said, offense when they're getting in the end zone, in the red zone, not just being content with good drives tonight, but finishing those drives off for touchdowns. That's the key to winning football games.
And one of the keys, too, is adjustments, which both teams will be making at halftime. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll have our Nits Blitz, where you show us some information about the read zone.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see.
And welcome back. It's halftime, presented by Muscatine Lawn and Power on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar, along with my partner Ben Nietzel. And Ben, something we've seen throughout the year from multiple teams and the Muskies is the read zone and the read option with the quarterback. And I think I have a basic knowledge of what it is, but I'm curious. I know you want to go a little bit more in depth with this.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit tonight about the zone read. Something you've seen really a lot from a lot of teams in the last 10 to 15 years. You know, in more of an old school setting, football, the 70s, 80s, into the 90s, one of the things offense is always trying to do is get more guys to the point of attack than the defense has. If you've got more bodies there, you can exploit that. You can run the ball really well. So again, 70s, 80s, 90s, a lot of times teams would do that with a fullback. You'd have that fullback back there. He can go left, he can go right, wherever your point of attack is. You can pull some guards and do some stuff like that. As we got into the new millennium, you started to see teams spread out for a multitude of reasons. Some teams just like throwing the ball more, opening up the game, opening up the offense. Other teams, you know, some of the Muskie strategies with Coach Each there was, if we're not quite as good or as physical as you, if we can spread you out, there's less guys to go against. But then the question becomes, if you've got four guys out in wide receiver positions, how do you create an overload at the point of attack? How do you get more guys there? And so the zone read is one of the ways to do that, where the concept primarily is, how can you incorporate your quarterback so he's almost becomes, in a sense, a blocker without having to necessarily always put him in harm's way. And so you can do that by using the quarterback in the option, where now the quarterback can take the ball or the running back can take the ball. And by doing that, that now creates another person the defense has to account for. And that's really the heart of the zone read. I like the zone read too, because the zone read allows you, in a much easier than the traditional option, to read different guys. A lot of times the traditional option, you got to read that outside most man, whoever the outside containing guy is. With the zone reads we're going to see tonight, you can read different guys. You can read play side, you can read backside, and some stuff like that. And I don't want to just talk you through this, because it'd be a little bit like talking about, you know, the progressivism from 1890 to 1910. People are going to start glazing over. It's too much. You got to see a little bit. So got a couple little videos tonight here, and just kick it up a little bit for the last game. So first off here, I want to talk just a little bit about some of the key concepts on what are you trying to do as a quarterback in the zone read.
So the quarterback has a lot to do here on the read option. That's why it takes a lot of practice to run successfully. So the first thing the quarterback's going to need to do is find the mesh point. Finding the mesh point is going to involve really two things. Once I receive the ball as the quarterback, which again, a lot of times running read option, I'm going to be in the pistol. Once I receive that ball, I've got to get to where me and the running back are supposed to coordinate. So if that's going to be right here, I need to take this step right here. That's part one of the mesh point. Part two is I'm going to extend the ball out to where I want the running back to mesh with the ball. And you'll notice as I'm extending this ball, it's not straight in front of me, but it's going to be back, because this is going to be the read step we're going to talk about in a moment. My other job, besides finding the mesh point, is I am reading a defender. In this case, we're going to read a play side defender. We're going this way. So as I'm sticking this ball out, I'm taking a look right now at my defender, which is being represented by you. It's also possible we could be going backside. I could be reading the backside defender, in which case my head's going to be turned there. Again, I've still found the mesh point. I still have the ball here, but I'm reading to the backside, as you can see by where my eyes are, to read that defender.
Let's take a look at with that zone read concept. What we're going to do if we got a play side zone read. We're going to do this one particularly out of pistol. So you notice the running back's going to be behind me here as we talk through this a little bit.
This is going to be read option to the play side. By that I mean, as an offense, we want to run here to our offensive right, your defensive left, and we're going to read a defender to that right side, our offensive right side. So often that's going to be the defensive end, the last man line of scrimmage, which is what we're going to do in this particular situation. Now we are in a pistol formation again, meaning we're moved back from the center here 3 yards. I'm going to get a shotgun snap, and the running back is directly behind me. making it a pistol. So ball gets snapped to me again. I'm going to find mesh points. I'm going to step to my running back and extend the ball backwards. Again, her job is to make sure that she gets to where the ball is, because my eyes are not on her or the ball. I'm looking right now at that defender that I've got to read. So as I feel contact with her, she's going to continue to come forward. This is my read step. I can even step with it. If the defender comes down hard into the gap, it's going to take away her. At that point, I'm going to pull the ball and I'm going to extend to the outside as she continues her fake inside to get that running back to go with him. If instead the running back stays wide and keeps outside contained, which is his job most of the time, I'm then going to give the ball to her. I'm going to continue my fake to freeze him, and she's going to be able to go, hopefully, up the gut for a big run. As she comes back here, we always tell our running backs, and quarterbacks especially, when you're not sure if that defender's being a little cagey, always give the ball. When in doubt, we're going to give this ball, let the running back do what they do best and get those hard yards. But when they definitely crash down, we're going to pull.
You kind of can visualize this in your head. Let's just take a little quick look at the play here on your screen. So you'll notice the red star, that's who we're going to be optioning here. You can see we're going to the offensive right. And again, from the pistol formation, my running back's going to try and hit that A-B gap. If the quarterback pulls it, he's going to be heading out to the D. You can see the guys in motion. And so my offensive linemen all taking a play side step and trying to get to that next level for the play. Now, what if you're going to be in a more of a traditional shotgun formation rather than the pistol?
Option again, going to the play side. So again, we're going to go to our offensive right, and we're going to read a defender on the right side. Once again, we'll read the defensive end. But this time, we're in shotgun. So with shotgun, again, I'm spaced back from the center. I'm going to get what I would call shotgun snap. But now my running back is off to the side. So we have now switched jobs. So we're still going to read that same defender we did from the previous. But this time, if he stays inside, I'm going to give the ball. And if he comes outside, I'm going to take the ball. So let's see what it looks like. So I get the snap here. Again, I'm going to step and find mesh point. You'll notice the ball's here. Here comes my running back. This time as she's coming across, I'm stepping with her. And again, I'm looking at the defender. He stays wide. He sees this big threat who looks like he's going to go to the outside. I'm going to pull the ball. She's going to stay. She's going to crouch over like she's got it. And now I'm coming right up the hole here with the ball. If instead he stays in tight, come on back here, running back. He comes to me. He stays in tight. He's seeing the read option come. And he's going to stay in tight now. I'm going to give the ball. She's going to beat him to the outside as I continue to fake up to keep him frozen right inside. So we got him coming and going here. Same thing, just a little bit different technique. We're switching jobs, giving this a different look.
Again, here we're reading the play side defensive end. You can see now we're in the shotgun. So now me, the quarterback, and the running back have switched jobs. Quarterback's going to take it up tight if that defensive end crushes down. If he does crush down, the quarterback's going to give that ball out wide. If he stays wide, quarterback's going to take it up. Let's take a look at that in motion here. Again, got the option, and so that red star cannot be right. Finally, I talked about the ability to read both ways and take a look at something else. So let's take a look if we read the back side of the play here and a little counter.
Of course, the last variation that we want to talk about is reading the backside defender. So again, this play is designed to go to the offensive right, but we're going to have an option where I'm actually going to read the backside defender. And the reason we might do this is we're going to probably pull one or two of our offensive linemen from this left side to the right side to give us more guys at the point of attack. And in fact, in this case, we're going to take the offensive guard. His job is going to be pull and kick out. We're going to take the offensive tackle, and his job is going to be to pull up through the hole or potentially just to take a hard step inside and hit that linebacker. That means that we're going to have an unguarded defensive end. And so what a lot of teams have done to combat this play is they'll tell that defensive end, if you see that flow, you're going to come right down the line of scrimmage and tackle that running back in the backfield. So as an offense, we need some kind of counter to stop that guy coming hard in. So here we go with our play. Again, this is going to be a counter. So we're going to set up looking like we're going to the left. We're going to bring a pulling guard to the right, and then our running back's going to come to the right again. So again, here you'll notice we can run this out of a lot of different formations. We can run this out of shotgun. In this case, we're going to run it out of pistol. So I get the snap. As I get, I'm going to find the mesh point. Now, here comes my running back. You'll notice she took the hard step and came here. My eyes are going to be the backside. This play is designed to go this way. I'm looking right here at this defensive end. If that defensive end turns his shoulders so that his shoulders are pointing towards this sideline, I know he can't make a play on me. So I'm going to pull that ball as she continues her fade, and I'm going to run to the outside because I should be wide open. If that defensive end stays home, come on back, running back. If that defensive end stays home like he's supposed to, Come on, take a step. And his shoulders are square up, either pointing at me or pointing downfield. Now I know we have numbers advantage here. I'm going to give that ball to my running back. I'm going to carry out my fake here, and we should have a good play going for a lot of yards this way because now we have the numbers advantage.
So again, if you take a look at our play here, you can see we're still designing this to go to the offensive right from the running back who's in green. But again, our read man is on the left. That's going to be that red star. So we're going to watch him. We're going to watch the placement of his shoulders. If his shoulders are pointing inside, that's going to allow him to crash hard and potentially tackle our running back. That tells my quarterback, pull that ball and run around him because he's not going to be able to stop on a dime and get you. If his shoulders are squared up, facing you or facing downfield, we're giving that ball. We now have a man advantage to go. We're going to be able to run that ball up there hopefully and be successful with running it forward. And again, just running a little counter here. So again, same concepts, but now we're reading a different guy. Guy's reading back. And again, notice, as a quarterback, I got a lot to do, so I got to get that ball out there. It is the running back's job to get into position for the handoff. So when you see those read counter exchanges, watch that running back know if there's a bad exchange. 9 times out of 10, that's the running back's fault for either not getting into good position or else trying to grab that ball instead of waiting to see what the quarterback either gives it to him or pulls it. But again, hopefully this gives you a little bit of a sense of what we're trying to do on the read option. Very, very popular right now with a lot of teams because it gives the offense a chance to overload at a point of attack and to make the defense not be able to make the right decision while you've still got 3-4 guys out into the route. And so hopefully that visuals help you to explain a little bit as you see it here watching the second half. You're going to see some read option on both sides of the field and kind of have a sense of what's going on.
You have a fantastic breakdown there, Ben, and you had some good helpers, it looks like there. You had a lot of extra help, and it's good to see. It's a family affair for the Nits Blitz, and those are such concepts that no matter what level of football you're watching, whether it's high school, college, pro, you're going to see what you were just talking about.
Yeah, definitely, and like I said, very, very, very popular, all levels. Of course, pro, a little bit different, not quite as much, but you'll still see it there. Definitely college and high school, you're going to see it tonight in the second half. And a chance for people to just, great concept. But it does take a lot of practice because, again, that exchange, that quarterback being confident the running back's going to be there, that mesh point, do I give it? Do I ride it out? What am I reading? Just takes repetition. So simple concept, takes a lot of time and effort and repetition to master. But when you can do it well, big advantage for the offense. And that's why so many people like to run it nowadays.
And we are ready for the second half. This has been your halftime show presented by Muscatine Lawn and Power and the Nits Blitz. And again, there was a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called. That was a dead ball call this at the end of the first half. So the Muskies will kick off, but they will be kicking off from the Davenport West 45-yard line. So the Muskies will have opportunistic field position here from a defensive standpoint as Parker Green will prepare to kick off for the Muskies. It's third quarter action here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Muskies looking for their first victory of the season, and West looking for their second win, first since. There's a surprise onside kick. It's up, and that's going to be recovered by the Muskies. The Muskies able to recover that onside kick. Parker Green trailing from his kicker position, and he recovers it after it was batted. We have a flag. This is a late flag. We're seeing what it is. Big discussion here going. And so it looks like West is backing up. There is this flag on the play is what's being discussed right now. So it's an illegal touching penalty on West. And I believe it's because it's an illegal batting penalty. You can't just bat the ball forward the way that West did. And Muscatine recovered it, and so it will be now even better field position for the Muskies as they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Muscatine. Great way to start the second half for these Muskies as they get an extra possession off of the onside kick. Darnell Thompson back in at quarterback. They give us to Crabtree. And Kozad actually on the carry. So 2nd and 4 now for the Muskies. Inside the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone. Here's the give to Kozad. He's got a seam. He breaks a tackle. Touchdown! Ty Kozad. 20-yard touchdown run for the sophomore, his 2nd of the evening. So the Muskies extend their lead 20-8 after they recover the onside kick. Now Sophia Thomas will be on for the extra point. Hold by Landon Batty, and the kick is good as Sophia Thomas knocks it through. 21-8, the Muskies lead over Davenport West. We'll be back after this short break.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
We are looking.
And we are back as Parker Green will now kick off from the traditional 40-yard line. Again, Muskies kicked off from the Falcon 45-yard line after the dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the first half against West. And now the Muskies will kick off. And the Falcons are actually short a player. There are only 10 guys on the field as Jordan White will return this kick, but he's missing the blocker, but he doesn't matter, breaks a few tackles, and he turns the corner, but another big flag on the play as I believe this is going to be a hold against West. Holding against Falcons. We'll back them up some more. So that 10-yard penalty will move the spot. All the way back to the 14-yard line. So the Muskies defense will have to defend 85 yards here as Hanson and the Falcon offense take over. Here's the give to Avis. And he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage by Novak. Make this now 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 15, 2nd and 10.
21-8 as the Muskies again recovered an onside kick and then scored on the next play. Hanson. Play action pass. Finds White in the seam. It's close to the first down marker.
Hanson's pass complete to Jordan White.
And that will be a first down.
Landon Batty and Jacob Novak on the tackle. Ball's on the 26, and it's a Falcon first down.
1st and 10 from the 26. As this Falcon offense tries to get a long, sustained drive here. And couldn't ask for a better start, Ben, for the Muskies here.
Well, and the Falcon coach had to be so frustrated. You give up a terrible penalty at the end of the half, sets up the onside kick, and the Muskies convert. That's awesome.
And that short out is completed. That's Dalton Thompson on the catch.
He's down at the 29.
Second and 7 now.
And the beauty of that, of course, you got all halftime to draw up that onside.
Well, it's a good situation to use it there, too, with that short field.
It's the best.
Hansen back to pass. Hit as he throws. That pass falls short and incomplete. Good blitz by Novak there. Kelton Youngberg, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Muskies brought the pressure off the edge from the linebacker. He just buzzsawed him. He had to get rid of that ball.
3rd and 7 now for the Falcons. The pace of the offensive play calling has slowed down a little bit for the West as well. Two receivers left with a tight end wing.
See if they sprint out to the field here.
And then, the pace is slowing down to the point of a delay of game. So,
yeah.
So I'll make a 3rd and 12.
Well, and to take nothing away from the Muskies, they've played really well so far. But Davenport West has just had a couple moments here and there to just shoot themselves in the foot. Delay a game down here when they were pushing on the end zone to score. This delay game, the penalty at the end of the half that just was meaningless.
Well,
and the
illegal batting penalty on the onside kick that also generated a 10-yard penalty that gave the Muskies the ball even closer to the end zone. Hansen throwing it deep. Great coverage by Henry, running the route with him. And the ball is going to fall incomplete out of bounds.
Well, the problem for West there is their receiver's not faster than Henry. I mean, you're going to run a vertical like that, and if that cornerback can run with you and turn back to the ball, that's going to be perfect defense, which it was. You got to put that defensive back under duress, and the kid just not fast enough to do it. Henry too fast. Great coverage, right in his hip pocket, right where you want him. Turn back, look for the ball.
Squeezed him out of bounds, too, so even if he had caught it. Late sub running on for the Falcons.
Wheels starting to come off.
Ray with the short knuckle punt. As Thompson gets away. That's going to roll out of bounds at the Falcon 44-yard line.
Even that's bad luck for the Falcons.
He's punted well tonight, too.
Well, first of all, the kid's worst punter. He's a very good punter. Secondly, if you do get some little punt like that, you at least want the thing to sit in the middle of the field where somebody might unknowingly back into it or run out of there. That thing just spun right out of bounds where it couldn't be any threat to anybody.
And the Muskies are going to get called for a hold on that punt. So the Muskies will lose some yardage here of field position.
Well, and fair enough, a hold on the punt that we did not return.
So now the Muskies will start on their own 46-yard line now.
And this is the opportunity for a knockout blow right here, Joel.
Darnell Thompson in at quarterback. Gives to Kozad. Picks his way up. Gain of about 4 or 5 yards. 4 yards. It's good to see Daniel Adams back in the game at receiver for the Muskies. He left in the first quarter.
Number 80. Absolutely. And that was on the punt where he got injured.
Thompson keeps it. Flag on the play. Darnell down the right side. He'll go out of bounds.
All for naught.
The flags are evening out a little bit in the Muskies.
That's going to be a hold on the Muskie offensive line there.
So that's a 10-yard penalty. Make it 2nd and 15, 2nd and 16.
Well, that's why I call this a potential knockout drive. If you can punch this thing in, you haven't tasted victory in 7 weeks. If you're the Falcons, you've been getting crushed. If you get up by 3 scores, it's just going to feel like another same old, same old.
Thompson off the right side. He's got the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds.
Going to make it a very makeable 3rd down now.
Make it 3rd and 3. 3rd and 4, excuse me. There's some miscommunication on the far sideline.
Oh, big blitz.
Brought the house. Engage 8 as Darnell Thompson beats the blitz, and he'll have the 1st down.
Well, and they knew we were running, and we knew we were running. That's just one of those where Darnell, nice job. If you can somehow get outside those blitzers, you're going to pick up the 1st down. If you don't, you're going to have a lot of trouble. Great individual effort there by the Muskies.
But sometimes, too, when you're blocking, you get those blitzers. All you need to do is just knock them off their path, and you have a shot. So 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Here's the give to Kozad.
One of the things that we always preach to our linebackers is you have to blitz with your eyes up. You can't. It isn't just run to get in the backfield. It's not like kick the can's 7 yards deep. You've got to come through hard, but your eyes got to be up because you've got to be able to adjust. Otherwise, it's just like we talk at the D-line. If you over-penetrate, people can go in the holes you've just created. So you've got to have your eyes up and see where the ball is, even on those blitzes.
2nd and 9 now for the Muskies. Just gives the Kozad up the middle. There's a little hole. Gain of about 7. Muscatine has been very successful in getting themselves into 3rd and very manageable tonight, Ben.
Well, and that's been the key, right? We've not been great at that for most of the year. And the fact that we're being able to get ourselves in those positions, very astute observation by you, that's changing the dimension of this game for the Muskies.
Thompson gives it to Kozad, who beats the blitz, and he'll have close to the 1st down. It looks like he'll have it. It's very nice having Ty Kozad back carrying the ball for the Muskies.
Yeah, and Darnell Thompson's doing a nice job managing. Obviously being a sophomore, I don't know if this would be able to position he can play, if they're going to have to work on throwing the ball a little bit, but having that ability for the quarterback to be very dynamic running. Oh, there we go.
There's a false start there.
Got a little overexcited. But again, when you're running these pistol and shotgun offenses, if your quarterback is a really good running threat, that makes him much more explosive. Just like we talked about at halftime, if I can pull that ball and be just as dangerous as when I give it, that causes a lot of fits for defensive coordinator. Then if you can add that 3rd dimension, if that guy can start to throw some passes for you, even some simple stuff, look out.
Here's the give to Kozad. Good push up front, gain of about 5. Make it 2nd and 11.
Following 29, 2nd and 11.
7 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Muskies looking to move this to a 3-score ball game. Thompson will keep it. He's off the right side. He's got blockers. Darnell Thompson turns the corner. He's going to be short of the 1st down. We have a flag on the far side of the play here, though. So we'll see what this is. Holding against the Muskies. So this play will come back. So another big holding penalty against the Muskies will make this 2nd and as the Muskies need to get out of the way so that the umpire can mark off the spot.
And again, this is really the first drive where we've sort of multiple times shot ourselves in the foot. See if we can recover. That'd be great.
In the first half, they had this happen, and Thompson had an 18-yard gain on 3rd down, that made it a 4th and manageable for that the Muskies were able to convert.
Well, then West returned the favor by the bad face mask call to give the automatic first down. Uh-oh.
And Thompson tackled for a big loss on the play. Will Travis.
Fired up, as you would be.
The forward progress will keep the ball on the Falcon side of the 50. Be 3rd and 29 now.
Jeez. It's like I think the first down's down in Letts at the L&M's field. We got to get to the L&M 30 for this first down.
There's nothing on the play sheet for this down and distance, that's for certain. Maybe quick kick. Muskies are going to call a timeout, get organized. We'll take a quick timeout with them and get organized ourselves. This is the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
And welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. The Muskies leading 21-8. It's 3rd and 29. Coach Hawkins wanted to call a timeout to discuss this 3rd down and very long strategy. You know, we mentioned in the keys to the game the winning the field position aspect for the Muskies, and they've done that tonight, and it's been through some smart play calling even in these tough, 3rd and long situations.
Batting in at quarterback, it looks like.
Play action pass. He's got Henry in the seam, who makes the catch. And they're not quite
just
to
down
Louisa County.
Yeah,
they
just
got
into Grandview.
So it's going to be 4. Or did he drop the ball?
Yeah, they're calling it incomplete.
Oh. I thought he caught it. I was shielded, so.
Nice throw. Great effort by Henry. It was just must have just popped out at the end.
So that'll make it 4th and 29, and Thompson will come on to punt. The last time they had to punt, it was close.
Yeah, here comes the pressure off the edge. To keep him at home.
Good Muskie roll. And down the sideline goes Jordan, but Brock Garrettson stays home.
Oh.
And now we're going to have a little flag against the Falcons who did not like the tackle.
Yeah, for me, nothing wrong there. That's just big guy, little guy.
And there's a flag on this side of the field, too. So I don't know if it was just seen from all over or if there's another one here, too.
Just piling on?
Darnell Thompson is cramping up on the play, too. So he's being attended to by the Muscatine medical staff. Let's see what the call is here. It was a clear shove by the Falcon punt returner of the Muskie defender out of bounds after he was tackled.
Yeah, you can't blame a guy for being big.
So unsportsmanlike call against Davenport West. And it looks like the flag that was thrown on the Muskie sideline was just, we all saw it. I saw it up here. He saw it down there, so everybody threw their flag.
He's just trying to make sure he get that paycheck. Joel, hey, look, I'm here. There's my flag. I threw it too.
And so that'll be a 15-yard penalty.
A nice job by Garrettson to keep his composure. That's one of those deals, a young man kind of got the blood up there when they make a big play and somebody shoves you and gets in your face. That can spiral out of control real quickly. So great job by Brock. Always been a pretty headsy player. Just keeping his cool. Muskies will take the 15-yarder. Still got the big tackle, and here we go.
And so it was a really good punt return. It's negated by the loss of composure. And that 15-yard penalty will push it back. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. And the Muskie defense will take the field. And Darnell Thompson is back in the game.
1st and 10.
First and 10. Hansen in this Falcon offense. 3 receivers to the left, one of them being a wing. Here's the give to Avis, and he's got a big seam up the middle. Xander Dayton with the tackle.
Well, and that, Avis, that straight line running right between that A-B gap, that's been their big play all day, all night long. When they can get a little bit of blocking, a little bit of movement, get him the ball. Very hard runner, and really he just gets that 10 yards so quick.
Good blocking from the guard and center there, too, to open that hole up.
Little stem by the Muskies.
Here's that give again to Avis.
Well, and that's on the Muskie linebackers there. Just whiffed on a tackle. You can't do that. You've got to step up. Reed, you've got, especially when that forefront, now you've got less holes. So you know what your hole responsibilities are. You know where you're supposed to be watching. You've got to get up into that hole, fill it, and make sure if that running back's there, you're on to him making the tackle.
So 2nd and 1 now for the Falcons.
And when I say stemming, you'll notice the Muskies doing a lot of pre-snap moving. They'll start off maybe in an A gap and a B gap on one side, then shift to the opposite A and B gap just to give those linemen something to think about. There you go, right there.
Play action. We have a flag on the play. Thompson breaks the tackle. Not sure what this flag is coming in from the side judge. I don't know if we have a rub route that is a pick or if it was illegal formation, but it'll be a 1st down if the penalty stands, if his penalty is not against West. We'll see what happens. Illegal formation against the Falcons. So that 1st down will be nullified by the penalty.
And obviously we've had some things that we need to work on. We need to get better that we've kind of seen consistently throughout the year. But one thing that I feel like we've been really good at all season long, our outside perimeter tackling.
Which is very good.
Has been really good. We maybe we've not always guarded everybody as best as we could, but our ability when guys make a catch to get that guy down and hold on to him and either make the solo tackle or wait for the cavalry to arrive has been awesome all year. Very impressive by these corners and safeties out wide.
Give us to Avis. Hardy holds him up.
Yeah, nice job by Hardy.
First down. He'll be a 1st down.
A lot of brute strength out of Hardy there in the small frame. Now, coach is going to tell him in the film. Of course, they won't watch this film because it's the last game, but they would tell him, help yourself out, keep those legs moving. Don't just try to stand there and just world's strongest man, that guy. Keep those legs and drive through him and drive him backwards. But great individual effort by Hardy just to grab a hold and stand his ground.
Defensive front for the Muskies is Raker, Garrettson, Becerra, and Beatty. And they all were moving on that one.
I'm going to go ahead and guess they went on 2 there, Joel. Again, so frustrating as a defensive coach. You tell the guys, key the ball. You're right there. Especially your guy sitting there in the A technique who's basically sharing the same air with the center. What else are you looking at? You know what I mean? Your hands down there, just look at that ball. But again, there's a reason people have been going on 2 for as long as football's been a thing, and that's because you just get into that. You get into the 3rd quarter. They've been going on 1 all game, and then you just get used to it.
The only silver lining is that it wasn't just one guy who moved. There were 3 or 4. So you're not alone in your.
Well, silver lining for the lineman. I'm screaming at 4 different people. I'm exhausted at that point. Here comes a blitz for the Muskies.
Pass from Hansen. He's got Thompson in the seam. That was a good throw.
Nice throw. Pressure came from Hy-Vee.
How was that not a late flag?
Well, I think the ball came out.
Okay,
and so the guys were continuing on. I think both players thought that they were still
getting the ball.
There was a potential that was a live ball, yeah.
I didn't see the ball, so thanks for talking me off that ledge.
Jaime Martinez brought the pressure there again. Got to get his eyes up just a little quicker, maybe readjust that blitz and get on target and stop that throw. But great throw, great catch, and big play for West to kind of shoehorn themselves potentially back into this ball game.
1st and 10, inside the 20-yard line. Here's the give to Avis. He breaks a tackle. And that's a first down. So make a 1st and goal from the 10.
Officials timeout.
Well, the chains were not completely stretched out when they ran that play, which is fun. The officials gave them. So I think the officials are saying it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and 1 because the first down is at just shy of the 9-yard line.
Well, and the head official there in his pink hat, I feel like he's like Jimmy Buffett's down in the Caribbean somewhere.
Hansen. High. Pass was intended for White.
And that throw was as bad as the last one was good, Joel.
Yep. Unless it's high school sports, right?
That's right.
So 3rd and 1. Gotta think this is 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah.
Because effectively West has run the ball here in the second half.
Yep. Avis just been blasting up front. We're right up the middle, and there they go again.
Now he bounces it out.
Whew.
And he'll find the end zone. Big block from his tight end as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'll tell you, the other thing is his left tackle, number 54, Jalen Green, got a very nice seal on that too. Avis, again, we've talked about, I've been going on and on about him running straight up and down, but they're showing nice composure, seeing that wall get sealed from the tight end and the left tackle, and squirting that thing out to the defensive left, or to the offensive left for the touchdown.
And now they will close the gate and attempt the extra point.
Now it just becomes a waste of time. Now they clearly know how to line up, and we're still going to do this horse and pony show every time.
Caleb Haas with the extra point. And that'll make it 21-14 or 21-15. We'll take a fast break. We'll be back with Muskie Football and the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters.
And welcome back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with Ben Nietzel. The Muskies lead 21-15 as the Falcons just drove down, scored a nice touchdown run by Tucker Avis.
I was all ready to quote Willie Nelson, but I'm going to have to put that away for a little while, Joel. Hopefully we'll be able to come back to it.
All right. Caleb Haas kicks off. Crabtree takes it at the 11. And he'll have it out over the 25.
Even our quote-unquote poor return still pretty good.
Yeah, they're where you want to be.
Yeah,
you
right.
want to get over the 25-yard line every time, at minimum. And Muscatine's consistently there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Muskies. Darnell Thompson at quarterback. Ty Kozad in at running back. Henry and Adams split out right. Raker at tight end left. Here's the give to Kozad.
Well,
be tackled for a loss.
Muskie offensive line has had a pretty good night so far, but they're going to really, I mean, you know, you've got about 14 minutes left in this game, and it's going to come down to those 5 young men, many of which are seniors, to really reestablish themselves and dictate the finish of this game.
And at this point, West knows what's coming. They know that's going to be a run-first offense. Henry in motion. Here's the shovel to Henry. He turns it up. He'll have a gain of about 2, so make it 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
Little straight line play there. Center pulling out after the snap.
And now Batty checks in at quarterback. And it's clear when 12's in the game that the passing game is on the table. Little pump and go. He's got Thompson deep. Thompson catches it down the sideline. The 30, the 20, the 15. He's tackled at the 11-yard line. Huge gain for the Muskies on 3rd down.
Yeah, great play. You said it yourself. You know, obviously, I don't know if when Batty's in, if passing's on the table, or it's just we just say, hey, it's going to be a pass. But just tremendous speed on the outside. Nice ball from Batty. Darnell goes up and gets it and just runs away from his man, who actually makes a very nice play at the very end to knock him down. And still, Muskie's in business here inside the red zone.
Batty stays in the game. We had a glitch with the play clock, so they reset the play clock to 25 seconds. We're in the First National Bank red zone. Gives it to Kozad. That'll be now a gain of 3 on 1st down. It's fun to have some spunk coming in the crowd tonight. You've got a good visiting crowd. Competitive ball game.
Just looking to see if we have anyone even named Brandon on the roster there, Joel.
Here's the give to Kozad. Good backside pursuit from the West defensive front.
Yeah, they stacked him up right there.
So 3rd and 7 from the Muscatine 7. 1st down marker is just inside the 2-yard line.
This is a big, big series here. You really, really want to come away with a touchdown. I mean, obviously, but, you know, this is...
from a momentum standpoint, that's a big play.
And you mentioned it here in the break too. When you just don't want to give a team like Davenport West hope. And conversely, with a team like the Muskies that maybe hasn't seen as much success, you don't want to put any doubt in their mind either. So you're just kind of in a tough.
You're trying to avoid the here we go again moment, and you want to actually instill that. Muscatine's going to call a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 13 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
And that's tough. I mean, I know we've got a young offensive play caller, and so, sometimes some of these timeouts you kind of see, you really hate to burn a timeout there. You got 13 seconds till the quarter. This is obviously a critical play. If you need to get your best play in, then I guess it's worth a timeout. But this is still a bit of a Donnybrook here. Good chance this may come down to some 4th quarter theatrics, and so you hate to drop down to just that single timeout if you can avoid it. But again, conversely, you want to get your best play in. This is a big down for the Muskies here. If you don't get the 1st down, you certainly want to be knocking right on the edge of it. And so if they need it, take it. But, as you get a little more experience with that coordinating and stuff, you're going to have that play ready to go, get that thing called in there, and try to conserve those timeouts for when you really potentially might need them.
Yeah, I will never forget my first year as a play caller. Some of those moments is like, and you've got all the noise coming in your ear from your assistants and your head coach, and sometimes it's where it's good to have that experience together so you all can be on the same page. And Muscatine, I believe, is from a coaching staff standpoint. And I think that's a good timeout to use. You're only guaranteed this moment right here, so take advantage of it. Raker comes in motion. He comes on the sweep. He tries to turn the corner. It's going to be close. He's going to be just a yard or yard and a half short of the first down. But I like getting the ball into your senior playmaker's hands there.
Yep, absolutely. Get the big man out wide. He's athletic. He's big. Make a kid make a tough play. We going field goal here?
Kicking the field goal. Thomas is running on the field. Now they're maybe pulling it back because it's the end of the third quarter. And we'll be back with the fourth quarter here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, Muskies League.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media.
At Pearl City Media, we develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere, and reaching the right kind of people for your business isn't so simple. Maybe you want to increase your business's awareness and sell more inventory, or maybe you want to book more appointments, or maybe you need a bump in your lunchtime traffic. Whatever your goals are, Pearl City Media will listen and create a strategic campaign focused on helping you reach those goals. We handle all the strategy, planning, execution, and will update you on the results of the campaign while constantly evaluating the effectiveness of your campaign. So what are you waiting for? Send Pearl City Media a message and start improving your marketing today.
And we are back. It's fourth quarter action here at Muscatine Community Stadium. I don't know, when you play a team whose logo matches the Flying W of the Wisconsin Badgers, I'm not sure I would play jump around going into the fourth quarter. I also don't like to celebrate any other Big Ten traditions, but that's just me. Muscatine jumping it around right now, trying to put the field goal through as Sophia Thomas, the future Iowa State Cyclone soccer player, on the field for the Muskies. High snap, Batty with a good hold. And it gets through. Just squeaked in. Good hold by Batty. That was a tricky snap to handle.
Yep.
And he got it down in time as the 3 points go through. Let's keep it here. That's a huge special teams conversion, man. Getting points in that drive is a very important thing that just happened for the Muskies.
Yeah, I mean, you make it, it's still a one possession ball game, but they got to get the 2-point conversion here. You know, like you said, you get this big play down the field. Thompson gets caught. Tremendous effort play by the Davenport West kid to knock him down at the 11. You're thinking touchdown, put it on the board. Can't quite make it happen, but to able to get away with some points, extend that lead into the start the fourth quarter. I agree with you. Nice job by Sophia Thomas there to make the kick. And to your point, Batty, a little bit of a high snap, got the laces out, gave her an opportunity to make that kick, and she converted.
Yeah, just having that composure. That's a word we've used for Batty all season long, is he is a very poised player, and he comes up with a big hold there. Earlier in the season, he had some punts under pressure. He makes throws under pressure. That deep ball he threw to Thompson on the pump fake was a beautiful throw with some pressure in his face. I mean, there's a lot, really bright future for that junior. He's got so much of the intangibles that you're looking for.
Exactly. And you think even like a Hall of Famer, Dan Marino, can't always get a good hold. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for this junior to come out there, great job. And you're right, tremendous. One of the best passes we've seen all year, that throw for the big play.
Parker Green with the kick.
Oh!
Collision as Avis tackled by his own man.
The big top's in town.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
Great composure by that kid to hold the ball, though.
Yeah.
He got rocked. He guarantee was not expecting to get rocked.
I don't think Michael Ray gets a tackle in the box score for that, but
no,
he definitely got the tackle on that play. So 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. As this Muskie defense.
Huge series here for Coach Hawkins' defense. You've played well. You've given up some inside run stuff, Davis. Can you stuff that a little bit and get the ball back to your offense? Expect the run here.
Give us to Avis. The ball comes out, but it's recovered by the offensive lineman. It was a good strip by the Muskies, but Duro Johnson, the junior, was able to be right there to catch it. Or is that Westfall who got it?
Briefest delusions of grandeur that he was going to go to us. And, you know, we've been just a little unlucky. West has gotten a couple of those bounces where we've forced them to put the ball on the ground, and it's just gone right to them. I mean, credit that kid. Great job. Hands, grab the ball, situational awareness. But we just like to see one of those squirt to us. You know, one of those just get a Muskie bounce here before this game is over.
2nd and 5.
Yeah, there's the throw.
Hansen back to pass. Throwing deep in the seam. Just overthrew Thompson. Hardy on the coverage with Henry trying to come back over the top.
Yeah, you had to step on Hardy, but, you know, so the potential was there for the completion. But, yeah, credit Paul Henry because he was doing a great job getting back from his corner position. He's got a deep third there in the cover 3. He was checking back from his third across to the center and would have stopped that from being a touchdown. But good thing that was an incompletion there.
So 3rd and 5. 2 tight end formation.
Yep, ace formation here, under center. Muskie's bringing pressure up the gut.
And they get home on
nice
the blitz.
Call. Great call.
Novak and company blitzed right where the guard had pulled from and was able to meet the ball carrier in the backfield.
Well, you know, great job by Novak to get in there and make the play. But that's a great defensive call. You know, they've killed you with Avis. It's 3rd and 5. They want to go to their money man. You bring that pressure up the middle. Defensive lineman slides a little bit, probably pulls his offensive lineman with him, open that hole for your linebacker. And that's the one where the defensive coordinator, you're stoked because you got the call right where you wanted it. You knew it was coming. You called the perfect antidote.
West going for it here on 4th down.
Interesting. See if they try to get us to jump. I would. Yep.
And they do. Dayton gets into the neutral zone. And we'll give a free 5 yards. That makes this 4th down a little bit easier to go for here.
Now, it's interesting. I still don't know if you want to go for this.
Yeah, I'd still kick it here. There's 10 minutes left in the game.
I mean, I like that call there. I mean, as I told you there, I thought it was probably a gimme that we were going to jump. But still, what are you doing here?
And now you still got to watch the ball because now a offsides penalty equals a 1st down.
Right. But now you've kind of given up the ghost.
I formation. Here's the give to Avis. And he's met in the hole, but he spins forward for the 1st down. But it took everything he had to get there.
Tell you, Joel, he does not from up here look like a big kid, but boy, that guy's just running his guts out tonight.
5'8", 165 pounds is what he is in the program.
So powerful between the tackles. He just hits the hole so hard, so much commitment.
He's fearless.
He's really done a nice job. And credit Davenport West coaches. I don't know if I agree with that, but that was a gutsy call, and it worked out for them. They keep this drive alive.
Here's the give to Avis again up the middle. He's cut down by Martinez and Crabtree on the tackle.
But again, it's hard. You know, you work so hard defensively, you give up the silly penalty.
Yep.
I'm sorry if it's 4th and 7, 4th and 8, they're not going for that. They're punting that ball. You got the ball back now. That's where that discipline piece comes in. And you know, you like guys being aggressive. You like them going hard. So frustrating sometimes.
Well, some of that too is just situational knowledge too, knowing what the situation is, and that's unfortunately an experience thing. And pass play, Hansen. He's got Thompson in the middle.
No, that's horrible. Uh-oh, that kid looks like he might be injured, but that's a terrible call.
And so they're going to call a hit on a defenseless receiver. And I
mean, he waited for him to land. He kind of just bumped him. I don't know.
So the pass fell incomplete. And it looked like he was letting up, like wasn't even trying to make contact. But
listen,
they're having a discussion, so we'll see what the call is here.
I want it to be safe for kids for sure. And you don't want some kid to get hurt. But I'm telling you, what that could have been, what he could have done there, what he would have done 15 years ago. And you don't know if the kid's going to catch the ball.
Right.
You're playing safety. You're trying to stop him. The kid lands. He's going full, and he pulls up. I don't know. very, it's tough. It's tough. I just don't get it all
It's
the
a
time.
long discussion.
Yeah.
So they're going to call a personal foul against the Muskies. So that will be that'll be a first down. But the pass was incomplete, so the yardage will be marked off from the line of scrimmage.
Again, we want people to be safe.
Right.
But we're also playing football here, Joel, and I don't, as admittedly biased as a defensive guy, I just don't understand what a kid's able to do there. He hit the ground. You're not sure if he's going to make the catch. He pulled up.
For 5 years of my coaching career, I was coaching D-backs, and, that situation, you tell him to separate the man from the ball without launching, which is what Batty
15
did
years
there,
ago,
yeah.
I'd be screaming at Batty for what a terrible hit. He should have just smashed that guy.
Right.
But I realize it's different times. And again, I like some of those rule changes, but here it feels like maybe that was a little bit of a stretch on what the intent of the rule is. But it is
good to see that the receiver, Thompson, did get up.
Well, yeah, he didn't get hit that hard.
Field,
I'm not surprised he got up.
Well, he was down for a little bit, but he recovered pretty quickly. Hansen, now he's trying to run, and he is corralled by Crabtree for the sack.
Yeah, nice job. It looked like Hansen might squirt through there and turn that into a bit of a big play, but Crabtree closed it up, made the tackle. Great athleticism. And again, being that wrestler, if he can get his hands on you, he knows what to do to get you down.
So 2nd and 11 now for the Muskies.
Late sub from West there. They broke the huddle and the guy jogged out. I thought that was supposed to be illegal, but
here's the play action. Got a flag on the play. The defense rallies up.
Great read by Hardy there. Nice play action out of West. I love seeing the play action, but then they throw the quick route. Hardy not fooled. Plants, comes up, makes a big play.
Umpires when we threw the flag. So that'll be a holding call. The Muskies will accept that penalty. That'll take it back 10 yards, making it 2nd and 20. 2nd and 21, excuse me.
2nd and 21.
Garrettson going down to the bottom of the screen to the wide side of the field, try to get those big arms up, bring some pressure.
White in motion.
No bump from the Muskies. That's interesting.
White now in the flat. He slips, and he's taken down by Novak. And White, it's a cool night. It's kind of a humid night. We had some spitting and some precipitation a little bit during the sophomore game. Even with this nice field turf field, you can get some slippery spots with the dew and the condensation.
I'm going to throw it right down the seam here.
Hansen, play action, finds White in the seam. And Martinez is able to get the tackle, but it will be a first down.
Martinez pulling the Muskie 33, and that's a Falcon first down.
And getting interesting on that play before, they started out 2 receivers at the top, 2 receivers at the bottom. They brought the guy in pretty slow motion over into a trips formation. We didn't make an adjustment. We'll see if they come back to that, see if they think they might have something with that.
Hansen back to pass. Miscommunication on the route. And the deep ball sails. Martell McGinnis, the intended receiver, he ran a stop, and Hansen, I think, thought he was going to keep going. So
he threw a go. It was a good-looking ball to nobody, but a good-looking ball nonetheless.
So they'll make it 2nd and 10. We're in Muskie territory are the Falcons. It's the Muskie 33-yard line is the line of scrimmage.
And Hansen looking good throwing the ball here, stretching the Muskies a little bit. Now you wonder, when are they going to run that ball right up the gut with Avis again? Now they start getting the Muskies back on their heels, floating back, thinking pass, pass, pass. Do they go for that handoff or maybe run that midline, get that nice between the tackles run that they've had a lot of success with all night?
That field goal looming large as it is a 9-point lead for the Muskies. So it's a 2-possession ball game where it's 6:08.
Oh, you're right. With the lights out, I can't tell. I thought it was 6. It's hard. I'm not even being a jerk. I legit thought it was. What do we got for a delay here?
A clock situation. You wanted to add more time to the clock? And the
6:20 on the clock.
So I want to add 12 seconds to the clock.
Bingo.
As they get it set up.
6:30.
So 6:30.
We're just floating back through time here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go and put some Jinkos on.
Just as long as you keep the Faygo soda out of the press box, we're good.
Maybe I'll bring some Surge.
I will never forget getting the flat of Surge for the Super Bowl that Desmond Howard had the kickoff return for touchdown in. Couldn't tell you what year that was.
I can. It was 1996. He was the Super Bowl MVP, Green Bay Packers, Super Bowl 31. It was actually 97 was the game. It's 96 season.
Hansen fires it out the hitch. We'll see if he caught it.
Don't think he caught it, but I don't think he quite got the first down there. Nice catch by that kid, though. Fell down.
Kelton Youngberg with the catch. Just shy of the first down.
Sort of the basket catch there. Again, now 3rd and short, 2-down territory. You get the whole playbook. What do you want to
run? With Avis, they've not been able to put the ball on the ground very much because trying to conserve some clock.
And they can always got that go on 2 in their back pocket, which has been highly successful. Again, 3rd and less than a yard.
Play action pass. Batted down at the line. It's like Novak got a hand on it?
Yep. Good thing, too, because they were wide open out wide. Interesting call there.
Well, I think it cements that they're obviously not playing for the field goal here. They're going for it.
Sure, certainly at this point. But, you know, you're less than a yard away. Again, I understand if you're always in shotgun or always in pistol. Like, there's been years where that's all we could run.
And Muscatine's going to call a timeout here, Ben.
Oh, no. Well, I think first thing they're going to say, obviously, is key the ball. Don't
right.
They're going to watch them going on 2 here.
Well, the clock was already stopped, so this is definitely a big down. They're identifying situationally. We want to coach this defense up, make sure they understand what our attack is from a coaching standpoint. I like this timeout because it's you're hoping you're not going to need any of them on offense.
That's right. You've liked all the timeouts, Joel.
I'm
You're
pro
big timeout guy. Big timeout guy.
I was the timeout keeper and the 2-point conversion card keeper at the special teams coordinator at Wilton High School. So,
but as I was saying, I mean, you know, it's interesting because West is very competent snapping under center. And you know, they've shown that.
But we haven't seen a sneak yet.
No, I agree. But even just being under center, you threaten a lot of things. You know, when you start in that pistol or that shotgun, now you're starting 4 or 5 yards back from the first down. Again, you're less than a yard away. You're taking some of those threats out. Now you know you're not running the sneak. You're doing some different things. I just think you put a team under a lot of pressure when you. And again, with that pop back pass, you can start under center, snap that, run a real nice fake as you're backing up, and now you're at that 5 yards. And it's a real nice timing route, 3-step drop, and you've got that route that you're looking for anyway. So here we go. Now they're under center. I think this is a smarter play for them. Maybe we get a big push up the guts from the Muskies here.
Give to the fullback here. See where the spot is. I think they're going to get enough.
Give it to him.
Jones, who's done yeoman's work blocking all night. They give him the ball. Kwitzel with the, it is a first down. Kwitzel had the tackle. This will be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, again, I'm just baffled here. I think you got a nice, athletic, strong quarterback. Now you hand it to a fullback. Again, I know now he's only 2 yards away, but still less of a run up. I'm surprised they didn't try to sneak at all. But again, maybe we're just plugging those A gaps and they don't feel like they got it. I'm not sure.
2 tight end formation for the Falcons. Avis in the backfield. Hansen back to pass. Throws the in route. Almost intercepted. 2 Muskies had their hands on it. Landon Batty unable to secure the catch.
Maybe a little bit of a deflection there.
Came right into his breadbasket, but good coverage by the Muskies. Are you surprised?
Big time.
That West has gone away from the run this much?
Maybe not bringing the ball down the field, but now that the field's compressed, now that they're almost inside the red zone, I just think their runs have been very successful. I'm surprised by how much they're trying to throw on at this part of the drive, this last section of the drive. Oh, we gave up 5 free yards again.
And the chorus of Key the Ball comes out of the bleachers, and Brock Garrison will check in. 5:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 5.
Again, sometimes you feel like you can't run and you got to throw the ball, but I just think their run's been effective enough. I'm just surprised. I'll be surprised if they don't run it here, to be honest.
Reverse to Thompson. He's forced back in.
Notice there was no passing component this time.
A good job by that Muskie defense to stay home.
It is a really nice job by them. But again, I just, and I know it's very easy to sit up here and Monday morning quarterback this whole thing. You're close. A reverse is better to me when you got more field. There's a lot of more threats. Their Muskies are playing a 4-front, so you're not going to have a lot of fast flow out of your defensive end. He's been told to stay home. You've got Raker, who's one of their best players and one of their smartest players that you're running the reverse towards. I'm glad they did it. And again, it's easy to comment after the play is unsuccessful, but I'm surprised.
Got a flag here. Muskies believe that was on the Falcons, and they are correct. So the 5-yard offsides is credited back on the false start by the Falcons. 4:24 to play here in the fourth quarter. 2-possession ball game as the Muskies lead by 9. Third and 9. Play action pass. Tunnel screen to Thompson. And he's going to have the first down. Well executed screen pass by the Falcons.
Really nice. Caught it in stride. The ball was right where he needed to be. It's just hard to the inside. Running really, really hard. Fearless, as you had used that descriptor earlier for Avis. And I think there again, fearless. Just hard inside at the Muskies. Got enough for the first down. Big pickup for the Falcons. Really need the defense to dig in here, see if we can get a little bit of Muskie magic here.
1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
They were moving.
Yep. Everybody but the center on that one.
Yep.
So 5-yard penalty will push it back. It'll still be 1st and goal, but it'll be from the 14. And is some of this, Ben, too, that neither one of these teams have kind of been played in this, tight ball game here in the fourth quarter. You've got some first-time situational football here for the season.
That's probably the positive viewpoint.
And Hansen is met by Novak with the form tackle. That is how you do it. That's how you draw it up. That is textbook, my friends.
Yeah, and that's a miscue by so right there, that was a read play. Like we talked about at halftime there, the running back had responsibility to take the ball outside. Quarterback makes the right read. We know that because it's not the defensive end that makes the play, it's a linebacker. That means you had no lineman that didn't get to his assignment, wasn't able to get Novak, or Novak just got off of. Great job by him to come up and fill it. And as you said, nice form tackle by Novak.
Hansen back to pass. Throws it to White. White breaks one tackle, but the cavalry got there.
Well, as you were saying, I mean, is this new situation causing some of these penalties? And again, that's a positive way to look at it. Part of it, it's probably true, is that part of the reason you end up with that record is because you find ways to shoot yourself in the foot. You have this great long sustained drive like West does, and it's really done a nice job here, but you get these 5-yard penalties in inopportune times and just have kind of killed yourself. It's going to end up being about a 130-yard drive if they can ever punch this in.
Sprint out. Now Hansen's going to tuck it and run.
Oh, nice job.
Short of the goal line. So it'll be fourth down. We're under 2 minutes to play here.
And I think you got to kick this. You need two scores. I think you got to kick this. You got 3 timeouts.
And right now.
But I'll tell you what you don't need is to take a long time to do this. Guys got to get on and off the field here.
Well, the West coaching staff was calling it early. They just was slow reaction time from the personnel. So Haas on for the field goal. And now personnel.
No T. They don't have a T.
They don't. No, they have an extra guy on.
Oh, jeez.
The kick is good. So Haas with the field goal with 1:06 to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to keep it here as the lead now cut to 6 by the Muskies.
But the key there is how much time did you have after the quarterback got tackled? And I know it's a tough situation. He gets tackled inbounds. You want to save your timeouts because you know you're going to go on defense. The likelihood of the onside is limited. So you know you're going to go on defense trying to save the timeouts. But, this is where you got to get your kids coached up too. Like you need to have guys, if they're coming on for field goal, sprint onto the field. Sprint off the field. Make sure you got the right guys. This is varsity football. And give yourself a little bit more time.
Now, we had, when I played and then also when I coached, for fast field goal situations like that, we called it NASCAR. And so we had that call. So if you heard coaches call that, you knew it was a field goal and you knew it was a speed situation. And that's not over coaching, but that's the level of preparedness that I had as a player. And I took that to my coaching career as well.
Well, I think you got, listen, you got a special teams coordinator and a few others. So, you got to be thinking, there's potential we're going to kick a field goal. I got to get my guys rounded up. I know I got 5 going in, 5 going out. And tell those guys, get onto the field. This is no time to jog. Some of those guys, you've got plenty of time to sit. So get going. And again, we still confusion. Which is
confusion as to which side. Well, some of that too is
no. Some of that's just pull your hair out stuff. I mean, come on. It's week 9.
But shouldn't the officials be saying something to help them out?
But should they have to?
No.
These people. Some of these people out there can vote, Joel. I mean, we
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, and again, if this was the first time, but this is the discipline stuff, right? This is the stuff where, as a coach, you get frustrated because, guys, come on.
Yeah, I'm with you. Onside kick situation. The Muscatine hands team is on. Offsides were the Falcons. Either they called a timeout, but I thought it looked offsides. So what's going on here?
Well, they're not set.
Did the ball not get blown in ready for play?
It's a redo.
don't know why that's...
Coach Hawkins understandably perplexed.
What is happening? No explanation.
Oh, that's a very nice kick. Great recovery by the Muskies, though.
Trying to see what the number on that. Jaime Martinez with the recovery. Great job catching that short hop.
That was a good kick, too. Davenport West kid did a nice job giving him a chance. Jaime Martinez shutting the book, though. Great job by him.
Using some of those skills. I've seen him make similar stops on a baseball diamond as well. That's why you're on the hands team. Here's the give to Kozad. So now the timeouts from the Falcons.
Great individual effort there by, looked to me like number 62 on the Falcons, Drew Westfall, just grabbing a shoe.
Just hold on, baby.
Yep.
2nd and 7. So Falcons call their timeout. We'll keep it right here. We're not breaking away. We got 50.1 seconds left.
I think it's 58.1.
58, you're right.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Last year. The last year for the light bulbs being out. I'm just glad we didn't have to revert back to like a manual, like Fenway Park scoreboard, where someone had to go put the clock up every second. But so now offensively, running the ball, using these timeouts up for the Falcons, protecting the ball if you're the Muskies. Is that the conversation that's happening right now?
Yeah, 100%. High and tight, 2 hands on the ball, stay in bounds.
Oh, yeah, great point.
You know, just...
I think Coach Hawkins is still asking for an explanation on why they got the free kick there. So 2nd and 8. Batty at quarterback. Kozad at tailback. Raker in the backfield as well. In like a fullback, H-back position. Here's the give to Kozad. Another timeout from West. First down is huge here for the Muskies. If they can get this first down, that's ball game.
Listen, the discussion in the huddle right here is 2 things, right? Your positional coach is telling your running backs, same thing. Even though you just said it, you're going to say it again so you can sleep tonight. High and tight, 2 hands on the ball. You know, and then, but the big discussion here is offensive line. You know, fellas, listen, a bunch of you guys, you're seniors. This is your last game. This is potentially your last meaningful snap. You drive these guys open and get a hole for us, and we squirt that first down. It's victory, first victory of the year. Finish out as a winning with a win. Your senior season. It's all on those front 5 guys. You know, and again, don't get a lot of credit, don't get a lot of shine, but incredibly important part of the game. If they can get a big hole here and just give them that opportunity, this game's over. That's who I'm talking to, telling those guys, and I'm probably looking to go to my left side if I can. Get behind Brock Garrison and say, hey, listen, you're the biggest guy out there. Bring this game home for us.
And Batty in at quarterback as well. Still. 3rd and 4. Give us to Kozad. And he's got the first down and more.
Now you
Ty Kozad gets down. And I think Lane out there was helping him, letting him know, get down,
Go down.
And an injured Falcon. That's Hansen, but he's up. West still has a timeout.
So this will be should be 2 snaps. Unless West decides not to take that timeout, then it'll just be 1 snap. But you got to chill out here. Get yourself below that.
And
now we can say it, Joel.
Victory formation.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
The Muskies defeat Davenport West. Their final game of the season.
And really played well. Complete game from the Muskies tonight. Offensively, driving the ball down, getting big runs, throwing some big passes. Defensively, making stops when they need them. Some opportunity. We talked about the turnovers. Got another 2 turnovers tonight. were unlucky to maybe not get one more from a fumble. So great job.
And the Muskies win 24-18. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to celebrate this Muskie victory on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
We are looking for a zero-turn lawnmower.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters.
Can I test drive that one?
In the store?
Even in the
And welcome back. It's senior night. It's over. The Muskies win. 24-18 was the final score. Ben Nietzel, my partner. Boy, it was a tricky season. Lots of tough competition for the Muskies. But it's great to see these young men, especially the senior class, get to end their high school careers with a win.
Yeah, well-deserved, I thought, Joel. I thought they played very well tonight. This is a team that has persevered through injuries, persevered through, as you said, a very difficult schedule, both in terms of the quality of teams they've played, the locations they've had to play. I think Coach Hawkins and his staff have done a great job of keeping these kids motivated, working hard. So happy to see them get a win. I think it was very well-deserved, and they played like a team that deserved a win tonight as well.
And that gets us to our post-game awards, and then our offensive player of the game presented by Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Ben, who'd you have for our offensive player of the game?
Darnell Thompson. A lot of guys put their hand up as candidate tonight to be the offensive player of the game. Was the best the offense has looked all season, obviously. But I just thought when he was in at quarterback, the Muskies looked the most dangerous. They had a lot of options. They were able to run the ball, having Ty Kozad there behind him help. But he just created a presence and a threat that West couldn't deal with early on. Those two, the first drive and the third drive of the game that both resulted in touchdowns. Also had the big, catch down the field to set him up for that field goal that put him up by 2 touchdowns. And so for me, he just did the best job tonight. But again, a lot of guys put their hand up for that award, but I thought Darnell definitely shone a little bit brighter.
Yeah, Darnell Thompson, our Affordable Metal Manufacturing offensive player of the game. Do want to mention Ty Kozad had 2 touchdowns tonight, but a lot of that was set up by the early game plan that Darnell Thompson drew throughout the game. And then our Eastern Iowa Power Washers defensive player of the game is Jacob Novak, and I think we saw it especially those last 2 series from his inside linebacker position. He shut down that running game towards the end. Well, it was a team effort, but he was really there making key tackles when it needed them to be made. And Jacob Novak, our defensive player of the game.
Well, a nod to Coach Hawkins. They adjusted the defense for this game, very smart. They put Novak in position to make plays with some great blitz calls, some different packages. But then Jacob, kudos to him, because I can put you in a position doesn't mean you make the play. And he stepped up, made some big plays, some big tackles, brought some real enthusiasm tonight.
And then our Bear of Muscatine play of the game, we're going to give that to senior kicker Sophia Thomas, who made the field goal in the fourth quarter to push it to a 9-point lead for the Muskies. And that kind of changed how West had to approach their offense. So our play of the game was the 31-yard field goal made by Sophia Thomas to take this lead to a 2-score lead. It is senior night. If you look down at the end zone, which I don't know if we have a camera able to get down to the end zone right now, you see what is literally a changing of the guard as the seniors shake the hands and pass on these traditions to the underclassmen as they advance now into the leadership roles in the program, which is always a neat thing to watch at the end of every season, win or lose. This is how the Muskies end their season. I want to mention all of the seniors tonight. Martavius Huber, number 1, a senior wide receiver, along with Lionel Graciano, a senior. Connor Christensen, one of the captains who was injured in the Bettendorf game but was able to be here and be out part of the coin toss tonight. Also, Sophia Thomas, the senior kicker. Jaime Martinez, a senior linebacker and wide receiver. Mason Crabtree, a senior running back and linebacker and one of the best kick returners in the state of Iowa, Mason Crabtree. Along with Braulio Sandoval, Alan Hernandez, Brock Garrison, Nathan Beatty, Caden Fisher, Carson Larry, Michael Kowitzel, Patrick Leffler, and then senior tight end Nolan Raker. Again, those last group were primarily offensive linemen, and they had their best game of the season tonight, Ben. And those seniors have a lot to hang their hat on, a lot to be proud of, even though it's just wasn't the season they maybe envisioned, but to go out on a victory has to be huge for them.
Well, and people need to understand. I know, we sometimes we check the comments and get a lot of people maybe don't know much about football, but these guys have a lot of grit and put in a lot of time and effort. And starting as freshmen, they're coming in the summer. The program is 4 days a week for summer. That doesn't include if you've got passing league. That doesn't include camps. They're lifting all year long.
And this is before they even take a class.
Yeah, exactly. Football in Muscatine is a very serious commitment, and I think that's great for kids, but it's also an accomplishment. And so when you get to the end of the season, whether you're 7-2 or 8-1 or 1-8, you have made a commitment, and you've continued to carry that torch, and that's something that got really brought into this program about 25 years ago, 28 years ago. And these guys continue that tradition. And you're going to have some good years and some bad years. I'm very happy for these guys. I had an opportunity to coach them as sophomores. Really enjoyable group, nice kids. Very excited for them to get that victory, a well-deserved victory, and a little bit of payment for all the hard work, the effort, the getting up early Thursday mornings throughout the entire school year. Those guys are coming in at 5:30 in the morning to do team building, to do some different stuff. So obviously went through some coaching change. And so just really proud of these guys, really happy for them they get a chance to celebrate tonight because it is a long road. It is a lot of work. And, as a coach, it's always tough on senior night. There's always tears.
Yep.
Win or lose,
Yep.
There's always tears because guys realize this thing that has been such a part of their life, such a big thing for them for the last 4 years, really the primary focus for many of them of the last 4 years is now done. And so we always say this is sort of your senior year is a lot of last times. This is the first last time of the year for these guys, especially the most meaningful one. And so I know there's going to be some guys sad tonight, happy, sad, and emotional. And we thank them for their effort. We thank them for all the time and for making the commitment to the program and continuing on with the purple and gold, win or lose. And so congratulations to those guys, and just very happy they get off the Schneider night and get that victory that they deserved.
Big win for Coach DJ Hawkins and his staff and team. And the Muskies finished the season 1-8 with a 24-18 victory over Davenport West. That's going to do it for us tonight. A huge thank you again to our team, Chris Anderson, who runs Pearl City Media and the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. He spends every Friday night with us, drives the same miles that we do, if not more, going back and forth multiple times. And our whole crew who brings you these football games, we're very thankful for them. And we'll be back in just a few weeks with basketball, as Muskie basketball right around the corner. For my partner, Ben Nietzel, I'm Joel Kraushaar. Thanks so much for joining us this season, and we look forward to more Muskie sports on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Good night, everybody.